All right. Welcome back, everybody. This is the Late Night Chew. I'm your host, George Gannon. I'm also joined by my co-host,
Grayson Mills. Nice to meet you.
We are in the studio. We have taken control over Two Dudes in a Podcast. We just kind of rushed in here this afternoon, and it wasn't too violent of a confrontation. Few scratches and bruises, all in good fun. But I'm happy to announce that we have two good guests with us. They are being held at gunpoint.
Hell.
Don't say that, or we will, make things happen.
They'll break the Geneva Conventions. They're not afraid.
Don't speak out of turn. I'm sorry, George. Will you please continue with the...
Well, I was just going to say, say hi, guest. Say hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Okay.
It's
Hi.
That's sufficient.
Louder.
Hi, how are you doing?
That's enough. So, now you may be wondering, what happened to Two Dudes in a Podcast? Well, I'd hate to say, but Two Dudes in a Podcast is no longer a thing, as there was somewhat of a revolution that happened last week.
It's currently day 8 in a standoff with the FBI.
sorry.
Mr. Jackson.
Mr. Ham.
We will get the DC-11 ready.
Mr. Ham. Do you want to see your family again?
Yes.
Okay. Well then, if you can just sit there in silence for a little bit.
Okay.
Mr. Reynolds, I'm sure you also want to see your family.
Man.
So... Well...
Alright, welcome back to the Two Dudes in a Podcast, episode 8.
God.
We don't have a title for this, probably like Late Night Chew or something.
Jub Nub.
No.
Jub Nub Part 4. Make everyone wonder where the other 3 parts are.
Late Night Chew, episode 1 is the title of this.
What if you just rebranded this entire, Two Dudes in a Podcast? You just upload Late Night Chew.
Oh, God.
What the fuck just happened?
I can't, because this has a follow-up to last week's episode.
Oh, true, that's right.
Alright. How's everybody been since the last episode?
Vibin'.
Vibin',
yeah.
Vibin'. Mortal Kombat,
Mortal
You're
Kombat.
definitely gonna have to tell us more about Mortal Kombat. I'm curious what you've been up to on that game.
Cool.
Is Scorpion good?
I don't know.
Who you play as?
It's got Sub-Zero in it.
That's that one with Batman, right?
It's got Joker in it. And Spawn.
Oh, yes.
How about another fight, Murray?
Satiety. Yes.
Scott Murphy.
Oh.
Who's Murphy?
RoboCop.
Who's Murphy?
Alex Murphy.
He stores a gun in his hip.
I do too.
It's his leg. It's in his leg.
Oh, that's not commonplace, guys? My bad.
Oh.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
What's happening?
So I guess we just jump right into it.
Why don't you give a brief recap, I guess?
Brief recap.
Why are they still here?
Okay, last week...
We just never left the fucking studio.
Nah, we've been here for 8 days. Like I said, we're in a standoff with the FBI.
The Alphabet Men are here, and they are...
We've been living off the fucking wood scraps from the termites.
There's hooded figures outside.
There most definitely is.
Insurmountable
Brandon,
enemy forces.
Can I actually ask you to do something while I recap last week? In the fridge, there's 4 bottles of water.
Yeah.
3 regular bottles and then my bottle.
Gotcha.
I can't be drinking, guys.
I'll spike.
I gotta drive home.
Back.
Alright, cool. Last week we did our pitches. I managed to get, my animated series out and the rehash of Force Awakens. That wasted about an hour. I'm prepared to just say what I changed in Force Awakens and then move on to Last Jedi this episode and then Rise of Skywalker, and then we'll be done with that. And if we have anything else we want to talk about, George was bringing up some interesting facts about history.
Oh yeah, Teddy Roosevelt, my dad.
This is gonna become a fucking History Channel thing.
Teddy Roosevelt's he's tough shit. I'm telling you,
They call him a Rough Rider. But
you can't kill a
he
bull
was a
moose.
rough runner. That's true, right? They couldn't get the horses to Cuba.
No. What?
So, Teddy Roosevelt was actually just a dude running through battle.
Yeah, there's some good paintings of him leading the charge of the Rough Riders, but they didn't actually have horses, I don't think.
Or
not enough for everybody.
Thank you, Brandon. Alright.
Brandon's with the drinks. Thank you, Brandon.
With the drinks. Tip your waiters.
Be cautious, I spiked one of them.
Oh, we gotta figure out which one it is?
Yep.
I taste ricin.
Looks like Two Dudes in a Podcast is going to be one.
George is fucking dead. Alright, here we go. We'll get right into it. Back where we left off after our intro. George will be dying as we do this.
Rip
Force
George.
Awakens, what I changed. Starkiller Base isn't in it. It's just a dreadnought over Coruscant. The Resistance is no more. It's the New Republic that are the
Nice.
good guys. Of course, the main confrontation is on said dreadnought ship that is going to bomb Coruscant.
Epic.
Yeah, that's about it. There's a lot more, like... It's... I don't know. You know, it's Force Awakens with changes. Han did not leave Leia when Kylo turned to the dark side. He's actually been searching for Luke, working with the New Republic. So he's actually been working with Leia instead of becoming a deadbeat dad and going around in an Oldsmobile around the galaxy.
Oldsmobile.
So,
You might as well be driving a fucking Coupe de Ville at that point.
alright.
Han
Alright,
on
so here we
30-inch
go.
rims.
Here we go. We're picking up with Last Jedi, boys.
Now,
Last-
let me ask you before you get
Yes,
started.
Jedi.
Would you keep the titles the same, or are you calling it The Last Jedi because it's the second movie? Like, would you change the titles?
Due to lack of being able to come up with different titles, I'm keeping them the same,
Okay.
just as these are what would replace it. If anybody has, like, a better title, feel free to comment or say it on the podcast, Brandon and guests.
Gotcha.
Oh, you mean Guest and Brennan.
Guests and Brandon.
Star Wars 8, more Jedi come.
Star Wars Episode 8, Mortal Kombat.
Star Wars,
Mace Windu returns.
Star Wars Episode 8, the Mace Windu's Force Ghost.
What?
I don't get that reference, guys. What happened with the Mace Windu's Force?
Oh, let me tell you.
let him go. Let him.
Recap.
No, I'm
you-
good. I don't want to go over that again.
It's okay. So Last Jedi picks up 6 months after Force Awakens. It is not a direct continuation because that's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Star Wars has never done a direct continuation in the Skywalker saga. So why do you do it in the sequel trilogy?
But
I don't know.
They filmed on site.
So Rey can be the bestest ever.
Oh!
I like how you guys just did like the PogChamp face simultaneously. God.
All right. So
Goro poggers.
it picks up, and the New Republic is launching a strike on a remote First Order Star Destroyer. They're like, we got one. We're going to go take it down. Mission is led by General Leia Organa and Admiral Akbar. Poe is getting his X-Wing prepped along with BB-8 as usual, since the New Republic has been at war with the First Order since what happened at Coruscant. They ain't messing around. They're going to war. They're going to take out this new threat. They aren't a bunch of pussies.
Yeah.
The hangar lights, they turn red, and the operation is on. Poe, who is now a commander since his Dreadnought raid, he's leading a group of X-Wings and A-Wings to attack the Star Destroyer.
Are there B-Wings?
I forgot about
I
B-Wings,
love
honestly.
B-Wings.
B-Wings are cool.
I'm partial to B-Wings.
B-Wings are in Rise of Skywalker. Wait.
Okay.
Just wait
okay.
a little bit. There's room for
We gotta have a
B-Wings.
commercial break between the two movies.
Commercial break.
Commercial-
Yeah, I have a commercial break that I want to put in.
Oh,
Okay. So Poe's squadron, they're met by TIE fighters, and then, dogfight ensues. Light cruisers begin to move up. Light cruisers in the Star Wars universe are like the Corellian Corvettes, blockade runners. So, imagine, modified versions of those since 30 years
Like
has passed
that ship
since the
Leia
original
was on?
trilogy. Yeah, like the Tantive 4.
Yeah, I'm using that in the RPG.
Okay.
So those ships move up. They're also good for taking out fighters. They're basically just big ships for fighter support. Excuse me. Everything seems to be going well. And then 2 more Star Destroyers, along with Snoke's capital ship, the Supremacy, that
Oh.
big ass ship from Last Jedi, they jump in.
Uh-oh.
Poe and his fighter squadron, they fall back to Home 1. The New Republic capital ship and Admiral Akbar's ship that he used in the Battle of Endor, Home 1, that's the ship in Last Jedi that they're retreating to. They get out of there, Poe Squadron, they make it just in time, the light cruisers get destroyed. So it's basically just what they dispatched is they dispatched Home 1 because it's a capital ship, it can take on a Star Destroyer, and a couple light cruisers for fighter support because Home 1 obviously carries fighters. So they're just left with Home 1 at this point. I'm pretty sure.
Would you say
That's what I wrote.
Did they win? Did they win the battle?
No, they tactical retreat.
Tactical retreat.
Run away!
The New Republic makes a hasty escape as Poe and the fighter squadron land in the hangar. And then we transition.
Was that a fucking Monty Python reference?
Maybe, I don't know.
Run away! Run away! It's just a rabbit. It can't hurt us.
Oh shit, that's a good movie.
That's a good one.
That's quite a kick reference. I'm sorry, I'll go back to being quiet.
Jackson,
Alright, no, it's okay. Just, let's not get too offhand. We transition aboard Snoke's ship to his throne room aboard the Supremacy. Kylo Ren enters the throne room. He's unmasked and obviously scarred from where Rey slashed him across the face.
Take that, Adam Driver.
Gave him a good old thrashing, yeah?
Is it still Adam Driver?
Yeah, that's how I would imagine it.
Oh, I had a different actor in mind.
Well, this is not your. This is not your.
I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
It's Don Cheadle, by the way.
God damn it!
Don Cheadle. You talking about Donald Duck himself?
Yeah, Don Cheadle.
Start asking
Fucking
questions.
War Machine.
Lando, what are you doing?
Alright. So, Snoke asks Kylo if he sensed his mother aboard the ship. Kylo says yes, and he knows what he must do to finish his training. And then Snoke basically scolds him. He denies this, claiming his training only, nears its completion because Luke Skywalker and Rey are still alive. You okay?
Yeah, I'm just having a hard time seeing you because the way I have to have the mic placed.
Do you...
No, it's good. Okay. It's good. It's fine.
Okay,
I'm just having to do this. It'll work.
Hux then enters the throne room and informs Snoke of the fleeing New Republic, and then Snoke orders Hux to activate their new device. Then we go to Octo. The waves crash on the shore as Rey is training with her lightsaber, and Luke is instructing her. 1, 2, 3, 4, Luke says as Rey swings the saber. Then she powers it down, puts it on her belt, and Luke commends Rey for her skill, commenting that even he took a little while to catch on. It took him a little while, actually,
It totally
instead
did.
of swinging it like a baseball bat, to actually kind of be graceful with a saber. Rey mentions to Luke that some of this almost just feels like muscle memory. Luke notes this, but does not
foreshadowing.
address. Foreshadowing.
Yes, foreshadowing.
Oh.
What happened to 3 shadowing?
What about 5
2 shadowing.
What happened to 311?
Software update.
No, Cybot.
Do you really want to talk about Mortal Kombat? I can tell.
We're gonna get to it. Okay, so Luke notes this. He's like, weird comment, but okay. And then he's only like, hey, your progress is doing well, basically. And then Luke tells Rey to go ahead and pack in for the night, as it is getting late. Rey goes to the Falcon for bed, but Luke stays up, going to a cliffside to meditate. One thing that I didn't really write down, but kind of like a note in my head, is Luke has been on Octo kind of just meditating, not like knocking on the Force, like, hey, show me something, so I can either beat Kylo or bring him back to the light. That's what Luke's been doing on Octo. He's not a big curmudgeon, which you can obviously already see.
That's nice.
So he's meditating, and then he hears screams of his past. The Jedi Temple on Eos Prime being assaulted by Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren. He opens his eyes, and he's like, at the night the Jedi Temple was assaulted. It's raining. The bodies of his students are gathered around. Luke notices a Knight of Ren over a girl, his daughter, raising his weapon to kill her. Luke ignites his lightsaber. Yes, it is his lightsaber from Return of the Jedi.
It's green.
It's green.
It's green.
And
Green.
he runs over,
What
but
color is it?
What?
Purple.
It's
Okay.
green.
It's the.
Mace Windu.
Whoa!
Oh, he's back.
Oh!
He's back.
So,
Surprise.
Luke runs over, but before he can stop the Knight of Ren from killing this girl, Kylo, his lightsaber goes through him, and then the vision ends. And then Luke stands on the cliffside, his lightsaber's ignited, and he stands there in shock of a revelation he suspected ever since Rey has arrived. And we go back to the New Republic ships. They're coming out of hyperspace.
Getting
near
their
the planet.
ass kicked.
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
They come out of hyperspace and they're near the planet Crate. Poe is giving Leia status.
Was it also next to the planet Barrel as well? So you had Crate and Barrel?
Yeah, the crate system. You got crate, barrel, trash bin,
Get out of here. My God.
recycle bin. Don't get me started about the Internet Explorer system. It's so
Oh, I
slow.
thought that was Dagobah.
So
This is not the Dagobah system.
Poe is basically giving Leia a status report on their losses from the previous battle. So Leia's like, okay, we're doing all right. We lost those 2 cruisers, which is unfortunate, but we've lived to fight.
Oh, we're doing
another
all right.
day.
We only lost a couple hundred.
We're
Hey,
doing
but
good.
she's like, it's not like the Resistance where they're like on a shoestring budget. They're the New Republic. She's like, obviously, she's like, oh, that sucks. We lost 2 ships. But she's like, live to fight another day. New Republic ass shit, right? So
Gangster shit, yes.
Leia's
Yes,
on
Leia.
gangster shit.
Yes, I concur.
Yes.
Leia then asks about Finn's mission progress. Finn is on a mission. He's not in a hospital bed because this is 6 months later. So we then transition to the planet that the system they're in, Crate. And he and a special forces team are clearing out the base on Crate of First Order troopers.
What's in there? Oh, wait. You just answered
You know
that
the
question.
Rebellion base? Basically, there's a First Order transport there.
Oh, I thought it was going to be really big rats or something.
No, it's First Order troops, bro. First Order troops, and they're like, hey, if we set up on Crate, we'll have another Outer Rim planet, because, nobody uses Crate yet. Yeah.
I get you.
So,
I do concur.
Leia was like, Finn, you and a Special Forces team are going to go to Crate, clear that base out. So he and the New Republic Strike Force clean out the old Rebellion outpost, and it could give them a good foothold against the First Order in the Outer Rim sieges. Finn, he contacts Leia and Poe to inform them that the First Order has basically fleed the base. And then, those ships that ambushed them at the Star Destroyer come out of hyperspace. And, they're at Crate. Everyone on Home 1 is scrambling to their stations. They're like, okay, we gotta fight, I guess. Leia is confused about how they knew when a soldier speaks up, stating that the supremacy has the ability to track ships through hyperspace. So, in Last Jedi, the First Order randomly gets the ability to track ships through hyperspace.
That's when the movie starts getting stupid.
Yes,
It really
does.
is.
Was it never explained?
It was
How they
never
did it?
explained.
It's really just thrown in
But
there.
my note for this is only the Supremacy can track ships through hyperspace, not the First Order
Gotcha.
itself. Because the Supremacy is a big-ass ship, so it's got to have something
Mhm.
fancy on it.
Like a dedicated quarter mile of it is...
My question is, why does the very, very small terrorist organization have higher advanced technology than the government?
That's-
I don't think ISIS has much higher advanced technology than we do.
I don't know. Have you seen their Toyotas?
Here's the thing. They're a terrorist organization, but so is Cobra.
Cobra?
Yeah,
It's
they
still
have
on-
fancy technology.
Yeah, they're still on par with the G.I. Joe, though.
Yeah. But every once in a while, they gotta have some edge against the G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
So, this is an edge for now.
Yeah, that's weird.
I saw how ISIS made a cannon out of a metal garbage can.
I mean, come on, dude. They're kind of innovative.
Then they made you like a trebuchet that launched like burning pitch, but the trebuchet was made out of car parts.
I have to kind of commend their creativity, even if they're using
Grayson supports ISIS, guys.
Well, I wouldn't say I support ISIS. I support their creative minds in ISIS, though, and I think if they got well-paying jobs,
if they got well-paying jobs,
they may be able to turn their lives around. Hey, stop fighting for this, bumfuck nation. Soft, buddy. Work on this next fucking Intel i9 processor.
Alright, so they figure out the Supremacy only can track ships through hyperspace. So, like, New Republic and First Order, they scramble their fighters to fight it out. And the Battle of Crate has begun.
The Battle of Crate.
Poe leads his squadron straight at the Supremacy. They're taking out as many turrets as they can, so... You know the bombers from Last Jedi? Those shitty things?
Yeah.
Basically, he's taking out...
Who in the hell designed those?
Okay, so
before
before you go on a rant, let me explain. The X-Wings and A-Wings are clearing out turrets on the Supremacy, so those bombers and Y-Wings can attack. So they've got, like, heavy bombers and light bombers,
Okay,
basically.
I was about to say, what's the point? If you have Y-Wings...
I thought Y-Wings were pretty heavy anyway, so...
Yeah.
Well, these bombers are just made for big ships,
Why don't they
basically.
just make like a cruiser or something that's just filled with bombs, and it's like automated, like it's like a drone
You're
ship,
asking
and they...
too many good questions, man. I'm working
Now,
with what I got here.
I know Star Wars is not realistic,
Yeah.
obviously, but it was just weird how they just kind of dropped them. Yeah,
What if they were
there was
magnetic?
some sort of gravity?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure if you gave them a push,
Yeah,
if you pushed them down, they would just keep going.
I think the logic behind it is that the rack they're in is an electromagnet that's supposed to push them down.
Okay, so they're not just simply using gravity. They're just like...
Yeah, there's
they're
an
just
electromagnet.
pushing them
Unless
down
the
and they're
ships
never-
in Star Wars have, like, a slight gravitational pull.
I
That's what
do.
I've thought.
Occasionally I pick up an apple when I'm walking around, it just kind
God
of...
damn it
You
again.
just turn around and
It
you're
starts
like,
doing
"Oh,
like an
damn."
elliptical orbit that's like 4 feet wide.
Just turn around and the apple smacks you in the face.
Yeah, it
You
happens,
get
you know?
bullied at school, people start throwing fucking apples at you.
And then,
Start orbiting like a
They
fucking...
slingshot around and back.
Okay, so, you know...
God, I love relativity.
Basically, the New Republic is out there, and they're, like, taking on 3 big-ass ships. And they can't retreat, because if they retreat, the Supremacy's just gonna be like, we got them, next planet, boys, let's go.
Have they tried calling back for help?
Well, they don't want to get a whole fleet destroyed.
Oh. Versus one
Basically.
ship?
Well, what about the droid attack on the Wookiees?
Okay, one ship versus a whole fleet. You gotta, weigh your options here.
How much of the First Order have they got? Like the Supremacy and how much?
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, it'd be a better move to call in for backup.
But now
Because
they
look,
could
if
have
if you die, you lose the planet. If you retreat, you lose the planet. If you call in backup, you may not lose the planet.
unless if they have a communications blocker.
Oh, wait.
Or they knock out their
Wait a
communication
second.
system.
I think I get to that. I think
do?
they actually do. I think I wrote that in.
Okay, good.
But later, because I was like, shit.
Let's all shut up.
Yeah.
Okay. Please save all questions for later.
Okay.
But-
Oh shit, where was I?
You're talking about Home One fighting 3
And the
Star
bombers.
Destroyers
The
and-
bombers.
Okay, yeah, so they're like, okay, call them back before they all get blown up. This is not going to go well because they have 3 big-ass ships that can carry more fighters than us. So Leia and Poe, they then work on a new plan. They start devising, they're like, what are we going to do? Okay. So we go back to Octo. Rey, she's doing her morning meditation stuff, and Luke comes by to check up on her. Luke knows the truth, but is trying to figure out why Rey doesn't. He asks Rey about Jakku and why she was there. Rey talks about how her parents left her there as a little girl, yet she has always had this feeling that they were out there. Yes, sir.
So, quick question.
Yeah.
Did you raise your fucking hand?
Yes, I just raised my hand. Are we supposed to know the truth just yet, or is that like going to be revealed?
It's supposed to be like implied.
Okay, it's implied. Okay,
I hate implications. It makes me fucking...
I didn't know if I just
It gets
missed it or
revealed.
what.
Okay.
Keep going. My bad.
It's not like Last Jedi where they're like, we're gonna set up a bunch of shit,
And then just not follow through. It's a devious plan, but it's a good plan.
Okay, so Rey's had this feeling her parents, they were still out there. Maybe they were waiting to come back to Jakku. Luke then talks about his youth on Tatooine to kind of relate to her. And then Rey sits there confused because she's like, I feel like I've heard this before. Heard this from somewhere. Luke talks about Kylo and his turning and the dream and vision that he and Leia had all those years ago. If you remember from the animated series, Leia had a dream about Ben turning to the dark side, and Luke had a vision. Mm-hmm. He talks about that. He feels responsible for Kylo because Luke thinks that he always treated Kylo a little more delicately, like he was going to break or something. Like Luke was always like, okay, yeah, we're going to treat you a little more special.
So hard to prevent Anakin happening again that it happened again.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Ironic.
He could save others from death.
That's not what I was going to go to.
Oh, okay.
And he reinforces this by saying he treated Kylo more delicately than even his own daughter. When training, and that's how Snoke was able to seduce him to the dark side.
Wait a minute,
because Snoke gave the opportunity of a real teacher.
Did you say daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What I'm hearing is Luke turned fucking Kylo into a pussy. Is from what I'm hearing. Right?
Kind of.
Like he just babied him throughout.
It's
the whole
reminding
pretty
me
much
of kind of what happens in the old Legends books.
Is that what he does with Jason?
No, what happens is a guy comes to Luke soon after the Battle of Endor and asks him
Luke's
to train
afraid
him
to train
when
him.
he's afraid to train him, and he ends up turning to the dark side, not Luke, but the other guy, and that's what convinces Luke to start teaching others to overcome his fear.
So basically that's what happens because, like, he confronted the vision, but he always had it in the back of his mind, shit, I need to be careful.
Yeah. He never fully let go of his fear.
Yeah. And then Snoke, he seduced Kylo by saying, I can be a real teacher. I won't hold back.
He seduced him? He showed a little bit of Snoke skin.
Yeah, you know that robe he wears?
Lifted up the robe, showed him the old Snokeroo.
Showed him that tasty old crackly skin.
Why does Snoke sound like that?
You can have all of this in the dark side. You see, Snoke is played by Herbert the Pervert in the Family Guy edition.
Yo, dudes, the Empire is pretty chill.
So Rey talks to Luke about a vision she had, the one from when she touched the Skywalker saber at Maz Kanata's castle, saying that she almost felt like she was experiencing moments from her own life and stories that she knows yet has never heard. Luke goes on with the training for the day instead of telling Rey what he knows to be true.
What the heck?
Jesus Christ, bro.
He tried shooting me with a rubber
Okay,
band.
so,
Thought we were at gunpoint.
we are at gunpoint.
Oh, yeah.
Back at Crate, the First Order launches fighters to attack the ships. Kylo goes out in his TIE silencer to complete the next step in his training. Poe goes to the hangar to scramble the fighters, and then Leia stands on the bridge. Leia is on the bridge alone. Jesus Christ, bro. Leia is standing on the bridge alone, and she feels Kylo's presence in his TIE fighter. Kylo first swoops by, he destroys the hangar. And that's when Poe and BB-8 narrowly escape the hangar as it's blown up, you know. You remember Tali Astra?
Yeah.
How she gets blown up? Happens again.
Yeah!
Really? But this
Finish her!
I guess she had more screen time to build character. Right?
I don't know. I don't even mention her in this. So.
You're
Was she in the movies?
My leg then.
Rip Porkins.
Oh yeah,
No,
Rip
we're not bringing up
Porkins.
Porkins
He
again.
died
No.
like 30 years ago, but, you know, please don't shoot me with the rubber band.
Porkins' son gets blown up at the Battle of the Dreadnought at Coruscant.
Porkins cameo.
So
I like it.
Kylo then goes for the bridge that Leia's on, accompanied with two wingmen. And then Leia reaches out to Kylo in his TIE fighter as they're preparing to destroy the bridge. And then she exposes his true feelings of being torn in the Force. Kylo has been pretending to be a Darksider, basically.
Oh,
He's been
he's
like
a poser.
Okay.
He's a poser.
He's been like trying to
A
be
big,
like, yeah,
fat
I gotta be the
phony.
next Vader. I gotta be the next Vader.
So
'cause
Leia
that's
is
what's
basically like planting images in his head of like Snoke and Kylo doing gay things. Like, yeah, I can blackmail you right now with the Force email. He's like, no,
No!
Okay, chill. Kylo, he's about to fire his missiles, right at the bridge, and then he stops because he knows that he chose to murder his father, but he's not going to choose to murder his mother. He's not going to murder his mother. He's like, I've murdered my father, and I chose to do that. I'm not murdering my mother because
This is where I draw the line.
Basically.
I mean, for a poser, he's doing pretty alright. He killed his own fucking father.
Yeah, but...
For what? The clout, I guess you would say?
The clout.
He did it for the dark side clout.
Oh my god.
But basically, that didn't help him turn to the dark side anymore. He's only felt more torn since he's killed Han. And then his two wingmen shoot their missiles at the bridge.
Nice going, guys.
Anyways. And
Double
then
kill.
Kylo screams out, knowing that his mother will be
This is
killed.
more. More!
No, it's more like a
More!
It's more like a scream of pain because he knows his mom's dead.
I'm glad that Kylo, during all this, I know it's probably a split second, but just the way you describe it, he's sitting there, just contemplating, when he could have called off, like, oh, hey, maybe you shouldn't shoot at the bridge, but no. He's just sitting there thinking, and then he just sees two missiles on both sides of his cockpit
Basically,
view.
he sits there, and he's like, oh, I just chose not to kill my mom.
Maybe you should call it off.
Maybe I feel like the situation is he made the bold decision. He's like, I just made a choice for myself. And then the two missiles are fired, and he's like, fuck.
It's like his wingmen are already on the columns, like, oh, yeah, we already blew her up, right? Yes, sir.
Yeah,
like,
pretty-
Wait, what? I'm sitting like, yeah, she's already dead.
I'm sorry,
Flip.
sir. Things have been set into motion.
Pretty much. In my head, it's kind of like Snoke was like, "Hey, if he bitches out, blow her up, blow the shit out of her."
What?
Okay, that makes sense then. That Snoke is a higher up. He's telling.
And Leia's dead, boys.
She's not. She's dead.
She's
Yeah,
permadead.
She ain't Mary Poppins.
Back
through
to
space.
back to in-game lobby. Back to the lobby. She's dead.
Kylo flies back to the Supremacy.
She's
but
in the gulag now.
as he is flying back.
She's got clutch against pork. She's got clutch against pork. Oh, please don't shoot me.
All right, hold up. Okay, so Kylo, as he's flying back to the Supremacy, he feels a new connection in the Force.
Force dyad?
But far away. No.
Good.
There's no dyad. You want to
Yoda
know about
too.
that bullshit? Doesn't exist in this.
Have you guys seen that cringy, like, romance novel cover for The Last Jedi somebody drew?
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, Brandon. Why the fuck are you looking at that shit?
It just pops up in my Twitter feed. I hate it.
Brandon, what hashtags you follow on Twitter,
I
bro?
follow a page called Shit Raylos Say.
Okay, it makes a lot more
It's
sense.
pretty
now.
funny, but sometimes you get cancerous cringe like that.
All right, here we go. So we go back to Octo. Luke is training Rey when he senses the death of Leia. Rey stops, and she's like, What? What's going on?
Oh, sorry, we're dancing. You can continue.
Listening.
We're listening.
Okay, so Rey stops, and she's like, Yo, Luke, what's going on, bruh? And then Luke explains he's felt the death of Rhea.
Rhea.
Raylo.
Rhea!
This is a new ship name. I'm not sure how much I like it.
Okay, so Luke explains he's felt the death of Leia, and then as he's telling Rey that Leia's died, Rey then senses it through the Force.
Oh my god.
And then get this, guys. This is something Rey never knew she could do.
Force heal?
Again,
Oh.
fill presences to the Force and whatnot, fill death and whatnot.
Death.
And then Rey starts to get mad, saying that they need to find Kylo and end this. But Luke denies that it was Kylo because Luke can sense shit to the Force. He's Grandmaster.
He's Grandmaster Jedi Luke.
Yeah,
But
so
you're
he
not allowed on
he
the
can sense
council.
some shit. Luke was the head of the fucking council in this.
He was the council.
This is outrageous.
There was no council.
It's unfair.
Actually. He was just kind of Grandmaster.
Lobaka.
I am the council.
Lumpy.
So, Ray doesn't believe Luke when Luke's like, nah, that wasn't Kylo, bruh.
Okay, boomer.
Ray's just kind of okay boomers him.
That happened in the actual
and
movie.
And then she tells Luke, hey, I witnessed him murder Han. I know he did this. And Luke knows that it's hard to believe and tells Rey that she needs to trust in the Force. And then he calls off training for the day to go to the cliffside.
And the Force is just whispering to her like, yeah, he fucking killed me. He fucking killed Han. Yeah, motherfucker, yeah.
All is as the Force wills
I mean, sure, I don't know. I didn't write
That'd
a
be an
note like that in here.
That'd be an interesting exposition or something where Luke pretty much tells her that the Force, all is as the Force wills it, and she's like, he killed your best friend, and you're just gonna let that roll off the back of the Force?
That's kind of what's going on.
It's like
Luke is like Qui-Gon, and he's like, listen,
yeah.
Things happen for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I can sense in Han's death, it happened for a reason.
But he's not entirely sad. If anything, he's happy that he's become one with the Force.
Yeah.
I feel like he's putting a little too much trust in the Force, too, you know? Look, I feel like there's a point in time when you trust the Force more.
Trust me, Luke has to make a decision.
Yeah, I know, but then you're a
this.
fucking asshole when you do it. Like, yeah, I'm sorry that Han died, but the Force told me
Well,
if I don't say this.
The thing is, Luke is trusting in the Force, and later in the movie, we'll get to it, but he's got to make a decision where he's like, if I sit here and trust in the Force, I'm just going to sit here while Rey goes off and does something when I can go and help.
Exactly. And that,
Um,
I've noticed the Force and the Jedi reflect a lot of what Christians learn and teach.
Yeah, it's almost like a religion, I guess.
It is a religion.
well, the Jedi is based on many
Parlor
religions.
traits.
Yeah.
I find your lack of faith disturbing. Snaps his neck.
But the whole sitting by and just having faith isn't really going to help a whole lot if you don't do anything about it.
Pretty much.
There's a whole verse about that.
So,
Hey, man.
basically, Luke goes off to his meditation cliffside to be like, okay, what's going on with the Force? Because he's, like, sad over Leia's death. He's like,
my sister died.
I'm going to go mourn by meditating. So Rey, she mourns by being furious and wanting to kill Kylo Ren. So she picks up the lightsaber and begins to practice, and then this anger just kind of overcomes
She
her.
pulls a Minneapolis, then, doesn't
She
she?
starts.
Oh shit!
She starts
Oh,
smoking
that's
death
I'm gonna
states.
burn a fucking target down now.
So basically, yeah, she picks up the Skywalker saber. She just starts swinging around, and then like this anger, it overcomes her, and she begins to fight in Form 7. Form 7 of lightsaber combat, a form that allows the user to channel their inner darkness into the duel. That was some nerd shit.
I was gonna say, I'm not even sure what Form 7 is.
I barely know what it is.
She then like slices a rock in half and fills the presence of Kylo Ren.
That rock had a family.
I'm about to say, like, what did the Rock? How is that so special to anything else?
Are Yoda or Obi-Wan?
I don't know, just kind of like a demonstration of her just being careless,
sheer power.
careless with her anger.
Yep.
She slices the
Are
rock.
Yoda or Obi-Wan or Anakin in this movie at all?
There is a Force Ghost in this movie.
Okay.
You'll see who.
Mace?
It's not Mace.
Ah, damn it.
She turns around and Kylo Ren's there.
Ow.
So Force connection. That's in this.
Fun.
Is it the same, like, first appearance where he's, like, after getting out of the shower?
No,
It's
that
like-
scene is not in here because it would be weird in context. They're cousins in this.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Then it's only there to create some kind of romantic
Oh.
element to it.
Can we not have space banjos playing? I guess that'd be a synthesizer. Never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me.
Cantina band.
All right.
Max
So, she turns and Kylo's just kind of standing there, and she's like, "You killed your mom, bitch!" And then Kylo's like, "No, I didn't do this.
I didn't.
I chose not to do this."
Dawn? Is that
And
you?
then Kylo says, "But I guess the decision wasn't mine, killing my mom."
Why can't he just be straight up and be like, it wasn't me?
He says that. He says that. He's like,
Okay.
he says it in a Star Wars way, though. I didn't
know,
kill
I
my
hate
mom.
how they always imply something.
In a roundabout way, it was the truth.
Just let him rap it.
Yes.
I feel
Kylo
like a
Ren
star.
rap
Can't
battles
stop
Rey.
my shine.
Speaks in iambic.
Running Cloud
All
City.
right.
Can't
So,
my shine. I'm Han
Ray,
Solo.
hearing this from Kylo is like legit confused right now. And then she's like, wait, how am I speaking to you? You're not on this fucking planet.
He might be.
First she turns around, she sees him, and she's like, I hate you. Wait a second. How are you here? And then Kylo's, he's like, neither of us have, like, the power and the force to do this. So, like, someone else is doing this right now. I don't know who. Because there's only, like, 2 people that Kylo knows of that can, like, connect people in the Force. And that is
better not be
Luke or
fucking
Snoke.
Palpatine.
Papa Pal.
Luke or Snoke. That is who could be doing this. Let me see. So Rey, no, she's like, obviously you haven't disappeared yet, so why didn't you kill your mom, basically? And then Kylo, he's like, I don't see an end for Snoke's training. He's like, Snoke keeps telling me to kill these people, but I feel like he's not going to stop telling me to kill these people.
He might.
He basically Kylo's like, I don't see an end in just murdering people that Snoke tells me to murder.
Just ask him nicely.
And then he's like, I only really joined Snoke because I wanted a deeper knowledge in the Force that Luke would not give me. And believes that Snoke only wants Kylo to be a tool of destruction. Rey is like, hey, I can help you, man. And then Kylo's like, no, I chose this path. If I want out of it, I'll get myself out of it, basically. And then the connection's cut because Hux walks into Kylo's quarters. And Hux is like, hey, your mom's dead. Snoke wants to talk to you.
Wow.
It's my
This is
turn on
very-
the
this is
space
very
box.
Star Wars way to say it. Your mom's dead.
I mean, that's just me explaining.
Yeah.
what
Snoke
happened.
said it's my turn on the Xbox.
Snoke said it's my turn on the Xbox. I want to play Battlefront 3.
What would his gamer tag be?
General of the First Order 69.
I could see that.
Well, I told you guys my new Master 69 theory.
No.
What?
That it's Deadpool.
Okay,
Are
no,
you-
hold,
are you
we're
still
talking
talking about
Star
Star
Wars.
Wars?
You're talking about
Star Wars
Marvel.
right now.
What
Can
the
we
fuck?
can we finish the pitches and then we'll get into
We
it?
gotta have a commercial break.
No.
Okay.
Whenever we
At
get to
least
after
finish
this
up
movie.
fucking-
Commercial break. I got the
Okay,
commercial ready. Don't
so,
worry.
on Home 1, Akbar, he's been given command since, like, Leia's dead. And he's talking with Poe and Finn. Finn is on, is Finn there in person or not? I don't know.
Force Ghost.
I'm about to- if he's a Force ghost, that's
Finn,
Whatever.
no.
Yeah.
Finn, he's either on a communicator or he's on the ship. Because Finn was on the planet Crate when they got there. They're talking about a plan. Finn mentions that he has a code breaker on his strike team and that they could sneak on board the Supremacy to disable the hyperdrive tracker. The plan is set in motion, and Finn and the code breaker Rose, giving her a fucking purpose in this movie. She is the code breaker. And they go to deactivate the hyperdrive tracker. Akbar, he orders Akbar orders the transports to be fueled and prepped for launch in case the mission fails. Basically, he's like, we're sending 2 people on board a enemy ship. If it fails, we need to be ready to get down to Crate and hold out, basically.
Makes sense for Akbar to always have a plan B.
It's a trap.
Yeah.
And then Poe, he's hopeful in the mission, but he's also still, like, shaken up by Leia's death. He's like, a mother figure kind of died to him recently. So he's like, I'm feeling it. So Akbar comforts Poe, saying something that Leia once said to him after losing a close friend. There is purpose in death. Which is one of the lines in the new Jedi Order code. Which Leia imparted to Akbar.
Do you
at one
remember
point.
those 2 cruisers that we lost? They died for a purpose. Their death wasn't for nothing as they blew up in the fucking cold of space.
As the vacuum sucked out the air from their lungs.
Alright, so Rose and Finn, they've infiltrated the Supremacy, and they're disguised as officers at this point. They're making their way through corridors when a trooper recognizes Finn and congratulates him on the promotion.
Imagine the odds of that.
What?
Like the odds of just somebody knowing Finn.
He congratulates him on a promotion, and here's why. The First Order has suppressed Finn's story because they're like, shit, if this gets out, what if more people get ideas to rebel against us? You know, what if our own troops turn on us in the heat of battle?
I mean, that ship is pretty big, right?
Yeah.
Like big?
Yeah.
Is Captain Phasma still in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would
Who's
make
Captain
sense
Phasma?
that Finn would possibly meet somebody in the same battalion or squadron.
I guess that makes sense. Like, if you're out in town in Walmart...
And hell, even if it was a story, I'm sure most stormtroopers may even know about Finn. He may be, like, become a legend.
I saw
to them.
some fan art one time that was Finn with a lightsaber standing in front of Phasma, and behind him he had like 2 or 3 First Order style stormtroopers, but they had Republic insignias on them, and they had some orange on them, so they looked like New Republic stormtroopers, or clone troopers almost. So like they had
You know, you're kind of inquisitive, Brandon.
I'd even make that up.
Kind of inquisitive.
What is...
I'm not sure what that means in the context.
You're being obtuse.
So, you know, they're making their way through corridors, and then they find the hyperdrive tracker.
Right.
Is that an obtuse angle? Oh, that's 90... Oh,
No, I was making contact.
90 degrees! Alright, so, they find the hyperdrive tracker, and then Finn keeps a lookout on the security monitor, because Rose is, like, she's working on deactivating it, doing code-breaking shit. And then Rose, she's wrapping up, and then, the controls lock up in the room, and the security monitor cuts off, and then Captain Phasma comes in. She's like, FN 2187. A shame you didn't die aboard the Dreadnought.
Oof.
And then Finn looks at her and he's like, yep, I was just thinking the same thing, honestly.
Oh, is he suicidal?
I have to say
No,
that's
no, he was... Oh, wait.
Is he referencing?
Oh, no.
Yeah, it is a
he's
shame
talking
I
about
didn't
Captain
know.
Phasma. You know, typos
Finn
are
is
a bitch.
a zoomer.
You're just making up words, Jesse.
Okay, what I meant... What Finn...
Jesse.
What
Based.
basically
Based
what
on
Finn
what?
meant to say is, oh, I was thinking the same thing about you right now,
Oh.
Captain Phasma. That was just a typo. See, this is what I get for staying up till 3 a.m. writing this shit. And then he and Rose, they're escorted out of the room, and then on Home One, an evacuation order is an evacuation's ordered on Home One. Akbar, he's like overseeing the last ship being departed. What is going on right now?
I found a bag full of buttons.
What?
In your pants?
No, it's not my pants. It's just on the desk here.
Oh,
He's
okay.
just not allowed to play with them anymore.
So, Poe, he's loading up on a ship because Akbar's like, get on the ship, come on, everybody's getting off. And Poe's like, yo, Akbar, why didn't you pack your shit?
Uh-oh.
And Akbar's like, hey, I'm staying with this so I can cover your escape, basically.
Oh shit.
It's a trap.
And then the transports, they begin to launch, and Home One is basically covering them. And then on Octo, Rey is sleeping when she's called out to by something on the island. She goes out into the night and finds a cave that she falls into. When she hits the ground, it is raining and she sees Kylo Ren walking away with a body in his arms. She is witnessing the aftermath of her vision from Force Awakens and the one Luke had earlier in this film. Kylo and the Knights walk to a ship and take off from the planet, and then Rey is left alone next to the destroyed Jedi Temple with the bodies of Jedi scattered around. She then recognizes a Jedi, but doesn't know why. So she walks over, kneels down in a... Oh shit, I lost my place. She walks over and kneels down next to the Jedi, and the Jedi, she's conscious, but dying. The Jedi then looks up and acknowledges Rey inside this, like, vision.
Whoa.
And then Rey takes, like, the Jedi reaches out her hand, and Rey takes it. And then the surroundings change. They're still at the Jedi Temple on Eos Prime, but it's sunny, and the temple is untouched. The Jedi that Rey, like, took the hand of walks up beside her, and she's like, "It's beautiful, isn't it?" to Rey. And then Rey's like, "Yes, I've only ever seen this place at night when Kylo attacked it." And the Jedi nods, and she's like, "Perhaps you just don't remember." And Rey seems to recognize this person, but doesn't know her, so she's like, "Who are you?" And then the Jedi says, "My name is Mara Jade. I'm your mother." Rey's confused as her parents left her on Jakku, and she asks Mara, "How is this possible?" And Mara just reaches out her hand and touches Rey's head and unlocks her memories.
Oh.
Some
In-app
real,
purchase.
Third eye.
Some real DLC content.
Yeah, Rey just got the fucking map packs unlocked.
RoboCop.
God damn it with the Mortal Kombat shit!
Dude, he's becoming antsy, you know?
I know. Okay, so Rey, she falls to the ground, overwhelmed by the memories of her life that were locked away by the Force. And then Rey's like, "Yo, how is this possible, dog?" And then Mara explains that Kylo, he led the attack on the Jedi Temple, but he couldn't fight his former friends and peers because he's like, I kind of grew up with these people. It kind of feels bad. So the Knights of Ren basically ran in there and were slaughtering all the Jedi.
What if
and stuff.
murder is bad?
Yeah, you see, it's
My
like,
face when murder, that bad.
So the Knights of Ren, they slaughtered the younglings, and then Mara, she confronted Kylo.
Where were you when Jedi Temple was kill?
I was on phone eating Dorito, and I was like, no.
Mara wasn't killed by Kylo, but Kylo, hurt her, and then, a Knight of Ren gave the finishing blow to Mara.
Oof.
What a douche.
And then Mara, she goes on telling Rey that a Knight of Ren was about to kill her, but Kylo killed him.
Wait, how did Mara die? Did she die protecting Rey?
Basically.
Okay. That's important to know.
She was confronting Kylo, basically. Okay?
You say that so fucking defensively. She was confronting Kylo, okay?
Listen, okay, a little bit.
Prime.
I left out stuff sometimes.
By the Elder Gods.
Okay, so,
It's so hot.
But hear me out. Don Cheadle is Kylo?
Come on.
That would be crazy in this
okay,
scene.
I need you to hear me out. Mace Windu's Force Ghost.
Bullshit.
As Don Cheadle?
That's all you gotta say about it is bullshit.
They couldn't afford Samuel L. Jackson, so they just got Don Cheadle. And his first line is, "Okay, look, I'm here, deal with it." Just like Iron Man.
Boom.
Alright, so...
God, I love Don Cheadle.
Mara, she tells Rey that, Kylo killed the Knight of Ren because Kylo didn't want one of his best friends to die. Because, they grew up and Rey was nice to Kylo, Ben Solo, and Ben Solo was like, "Wow, you're pretty cool, Rey. You're my cousin." Banjo's playing in the background.
Oh.
Sweet Home Hoth.
Sweet home indoor.
Oh god, Jawas.
You mean
Wait, no, Ewoks. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay. And then,
Chub Nub.
Yep, no.
Rey asks why Luke. Rey asks why Luke went into hiding, and Mara's like, "Hey, you better ask Luke that." So Rey and Mara, they hug, and then the vision ends, and then Rey gets out of the cave, and Luke is waiting outside the cave entrance. And then Rey's like, "Dude, how long have you known that you were my dad?" And Luke's like, "I've kind of suspected this ever since you arrived, but I kind of only figured out earlier, today, kind of last night, for sure." What else? And then Rey, she's angry at Luke, because he didn't tell her that he was her dad, and,
She's just angry about everything.
She's not angry about Luke not knowing he was her father. She's angry about Luke hiding on Octo.
Ah.
And she's like, Luke's like, "I came here
She's
because..."
going to an emo phase.
Huh?
Emo phase, Rey.
Emo Rey.
So Luke's like, "I came here because I didn't know what to do, because I thought I had failed, but I left behind the map and the lightsaber because I trusted in the Force that someone would arrive." And Rey's like, "Arrive and do what exactly?" And then Luke, he's just disappointed, but not in Rey. He's disappointed in himself, and he's like, arrive when I had a plan to deal with Kylo, and he's like, I haven't just waited here. I meditated every day hoping to find a way to reach out to Ben and bring him back to the light because I can't kill him. I know there is good in him, just like I did with Vader. And then
Vader.
Rey's just like, I can sense there's good in him too.
Did you just ask who's Vader?
Yeah.
Quick
I
question.
don't know.
What is Star Wars again?
Why isn't this a Mortal Kombat podcast?
Alright, so Rey's like, I know there's good in him too. Luke senses Kylo's presence, and then Luke turns around, and he sees Kylo along with Rey, and Rey is, Kylo's like, yo, your friends, they're in danger here at Crate, and I think I can help you. And then Kylo gets cut off because Luke, like, ends the Skype call, basically. He's like, and then...
Be gone.
And then Luke's
It's
like,
the
how long?
irritated dad.
Luke's like, how long has this been happening? And Rey's like, yo, it only started earlier today. And then Luke's like, I wasn't doing this. This is probably Snoke, man. This is part of a plan or something.
How long is this movie taking place in terms of like in movie time?
Like a couple days.
A couple days, okay.
About 2
Um,
hours.
I have the same question for The Empire Strikes Back. Like, how long is that movie supposed to take?
I have no clue. Ask Papa George.
Exactly.
Well, it's stylistically designed to be that way, and we can't change it,
Honestly,
but we can negate
looking
the
at how
effects.
space is set up, they could have spent like a day on Bespin, and Luke could have spent a week on Dagobah.
Oh shit.
That's possible.
True.
Luke's basically like, yo, I'm pretty sure this is because Snoke wants you two to come together. And then Rey's like, yeah, maybe it is, but like, I gotta go because he said my friends were in danger. And Luke's like, oh fuck, I know about this shit. Your friends are in danger, huh? I did this shit before.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go!
And then Luke's like, shit. Luke's like, yo, you can't go. This is a part of a plan, man. This smells like the fucking Vader plan that I fell right into.
Reeks of the dark side.
This reeks of the dark side, Rey. And then Rey's like, but my friends, and she just kind of packs up and fucks off a Octo. She gets the hell out of there. Like, I'm going to Crate, man. You can sit here and be like, yo, trust in the Force and all that shit.
Darth Doo-Doo.
Dark Vader.
In 1 hour, I will commence Big Doo-Doo.
So Luke watches the Falcon flies off Octo, and then Luke hears a voice. I thought you two were oddly similar, says Leia.
She's not dead. We brought her back.
See what we did there?
You see? Star Wars.
Luke turns around, and Leia is a Force ghost.
How?
Leia had training.
Okay.
Frozen Walt Disney shows up. He doesn't say anything. He's just frozen.
He says, I own you now.
Yes.
Man, this guy.
All right. We're getting there, boys. We're getting there.
We're getting there.
Yes, are we?
So Luke,
Oh, yeah.
Luke, he smiles and he's like, "Hey, you're a Force ghost," and he's like, "I'm surprised you didn't tell her about me," because like Leia's like, I kind of knew you were her father, and then Luke's like, "Then why didn't you tell her?" And then Leia's like, she was lost and confused. I figured you could tell her, like Dad did with you. And then Luke's like, yeah, like Dad did. Like, you fucking bitch, you realize he cut my hand off and then told me he was my dad?
That's a bad example, Leia.
Yeah, pretty much.
Just looks at his hand. That's a bad example.
Leia says that she and Han died for Ben, and that she's felt a change in the Force with him. Luke's like, okay, and he's just kind of like, thanks for that. And then Luke goes to the waterfront, fucking Yoda's his X-wing out of the water, lifts that shit. And And then the Millennium Falcon, it comes
Is
out
he
of...
good at fucking landing? It seems every time he fucking flies an X-Wing, it lands in the ocean or something.
Oh, he landed the X-Wing in the ocean at Octo because he's
Where did he
like,
put it
this
there?
thing's not coming out of the water until...
Apparently it just freaking did.
Yeah.
You're a liar, Luke.
No, he was like, this thing's not coming out of the water until I have a plan to go get Kylo.
What did he put it there?
Yeah,
Why
why
did he
couldn't
put
he
it
put it
there?
on dry land? You
I don't know.
He's gonna have
It's
one
a
hell of an
it's a
insurance
stylistic
claim.
choice.
For
That way he can go...
Grandmaster, he's kinda
It's a
fucking
stylistic choice.
So we can rehash Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's
Hell
gonna have
yeah.
to go to, like, you know, Farm Bureau or something for all the water damage.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You know, that thing
It's
probably
Chewie.
smells musty as hell, honestly. Alright,
Yeah.
so, you know, he raises the X-Wing out of the water.
Has
You
Chewie
get-
been in this movie and I missed him?
He's just kind of there. He's,
Oh, poor Chewie.
Ripped you. Where's Lumpy?
Who the fuck is Lumpy?
I watched the Star Wars
God.
Christmas special, by the way. You guys said to, and
yeah,
I'm
Carrie
confused.
Fisher's totally coked out, right?
She was coked out, but why is the first 10 minutes of that just a bunch of, like, Wookiees growling at each other with no subtitles whatsoever? They're just, like, all, like, grunting and stuff at each other, but there's
You
no
know, by
subtitles.
the... I'm pretty sure
you
Carrie
see the
Fisher was
Crazy
not the
Life?
only coked out person working on that, so...
It was great. I recommend it, Grayson, if you haven't seen it.
Alright,
Last
so...
Jedi could be canon, that could be canon.
Yeah.
The Millennium Falcon comes out of Lightspeed and it fires a pod at the Supremacy and then boom goes back into Lightspeed. Basically like, I'm not about to get shot out of the sky right here.
I'm a head out.
Pretty much. The
So no head.
The pod lands in a hangar and then Rey hops out only to be greeted by Kylo and a squad of stormtroopers. We then transition to Finn and Rose, who are taken to a hangar full of stormtroopers where they are to be executed. Captain Phasma, she's there to oversee their deaths. They're stopped and they get faced towards a group of stormtroopers. Captain Phasma, she reads out their crimes. As the executioner is ready, they're like little laser axes. You remember those things from Last Jedi?
Ah, yes.
I don't retain information from that movie.
That's okay. I don't blame you. Pretty much those things.
Those two.
They have curved
Finn,
swords.
While this is happening, Finn interrupts Phasma, droning on, and he yells out to like there's a gathering of stormtroopers in the hangar. There is a gathering of stormtroopers in the hangar, and Finn basically yells out to them. He's like, telling them they need to think for themselves, fight back against the programming and whatnot. And then Phasma basically hits Finn with the butt of her gun, being like, "Shut the fuck up, bitch." And then she's like disloyal to the end, basically. Finn and Rose, they lay on the ground for their execution.
games?
And then a stormtrooper steps out of line. Phasma orders him to fall back in line, but
It's Jar Jar.
It's Porkins.
No, more troopers join this guy, and then Phasma's like, "Okay, shoot those fuckers."
It's a mutiny?
Basically, yeah.
Oh.
Republic insignia?
No.
Damn it.
Finn is a demigod now. They worship him.
Phasma orders those troops to be shot, but some other troopers are like, "No, we're not gonna do that."
Will other troopers shoot those troopers?
Pew pew.
And then Phasma's like,
pew.
"Rebellion it is," and then she starts to just cap fuckers. She just starts blasting off. And then troopers, like, they tackle the executioners, and, they're in a tussle. Some troopers free Finn and Rose, and then there's, like, a battle going on in the hangar with, like, rebellion stormtroopers, and then, like, First Order loyalists.
Epic.
And then Phasma's
That
like,
could've
"Yo,
been
I'm
so
gonna need
cool.
some backup on aisle 9, basically."
Anger 9.
And basically a full-on fight begins within this hangar. Kylo and Rey, they're in an elevator shaft going to Snoke's throne room. Rey's like, "Yo, I sense good in you." Kylo's like, "Nah." And then Rey's like, "I know you saved me at the Jedi Temple on Eos Prime." And then Kylo's just kind of like, "Silent treatment, bitch."
Oof.
They arrive.
Get
they walk
nay-nayed.
towards Snoke. Snoke, like, yeets the Skywalker saber from Rey's belt with the Force like he did in the movie. And then Snoke's like, "The girl who defeated the mighty Kylo Ren wields the lightsaber of Skywalker. Well, after all, She is one, says Snoke. And then Rey's like, oh, you know I'm Skywalker's daughter? Because she's like...
How'd you know that? That's so quirky.
Basically. And then Snoke's like, oh, I know all about Rey Skywalker, the one Jedi Kylo Ren couldn't kill when he slaughtered the rest.
Jedi.
What?
We should do a
We're
script
already
reading.
doing the script reading of The Last Jedi.
We
We're
should
doing
do, like
about-
the actual.
Yeah, we're doing the fucking thing.
Oh.
It's right here.
This is basically the script.
Are they friends on Spacebook?
Oh.
What about Basebook?
What's their highest streak?
Well, they got up to 2 before Luke cut it off.
Oof.
I see what you did there.
Thunder.
What does that mean, guys? I don't get it.
Whoa.
Alright, so, Snoke uses the Force. He's, like, turning Rey to, towards Kylo. And then Kylo's like, yo, I'm about to execute you, quote unquote. And then Snoke's like, you see, Kylo's gonna reconcile not killing you right now. Kylo, he takes his hilt out, points it at Rey, and then he twitches his other hand like he does in the movie. And then Snoke's like, I sense your doubt, young Skywalker, but I can see his mind. Striking down his... And then Snoke pauses. He looks at the elevator, and he's like, Luke Skywalker.
I thought he would have been like, oh shit.
The Skywalker saber, which Snoke had set, like, beside him, it moves, pointing at his torso. And then the elevator opens, and Luke walks out. And then
Avengers theme?
And then bum, 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 bum. And then
Hello there.
Snoke is like, now the true test begins. Strike down your enemies and your destiny will be fulfilled. And
Yeehaw.
Is this just like the movie?
then, kinda, but Luke Skywalker walks in.
But Luke actually does shit.
And then Luke's like, nah, Hope is still out there.
Haha,
And
nice
then-
callback to A New Hope.
And
I
then-
get it. That's funny.
I mean, not really. It's just kind of a
Funny.
line. And then Luke takes his lightsaber off of his belt. And then Snoke, he's like, open the curtains, boys. Watch as I blow up your rebel transport ships, bro.
Haha.
And then Snoke's like, yo, blow those things to hell. And then Snoke's like, now the New Republic will lose its heroes, and Kylo Ren, heir apparent to Lord Vader, will have destroyed...
Ren.
I'm sorry.
Kylo Ren.
And
That's
Kylo Ren,
T.
heir apparent to Lord Vader,
Sith.
will have destroyed the last of the Jedi. And then Luke's like, you're wrong. The New Republic will live on. Kylo Ren is no more, and we will not be the last Jedi.
Wait a minute, did I miss Kylo dying?
No. The moniker of Kylo Ren is no more.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
Hello.
His real name's Ben Solo.
Yeah. Ben
Why?
Solo.
And then,
Solo.
Luke, no, not Luke. Kylo ignites the Skywalker saber, it goes through Snoke. Snoke's like, fuck, you really got me there, Kylo.
Snoke dies. What? You egg?
He stabs him.
What the fuck does that mean?
Yeah, really, man. Shakespeare was on some good...
My father,
shit.
they have killed me. No, wait,
Many
mother,
words.
they have killed me. What? You egg? Stabs him. Seen it.
All right,
It's
so
Macbeth, by the way.
Kylo... That is Macbeth. Can confirm.
What, you egg?
Kylo, he uses the Force. He throws the saber to Rey. Luke ignites his saber. They all go back. They all go back to back, and then Snoke's like guards. They're attacking, and they're all like, you know how in the movie Kylo and Rey went back to back.
Yeah.
Well, this time it's Luke, Rey, and Ben Solo back to back to back, about to whoop up on some Praetorian guards, all Jedi style.
Like Clone Wars Jedi style?
Yeah.
Hmm.
No. Jedi style.
Jedi style. So not actually killing any of them.
I mean, they slashed them.
Maybe not kill. Whatever. Move on.
It's self-defense, basically, if you think about it. The transport ships, they're headed to Crate. They're being picked off one by one. And then Admiral Akbar, he's like, shit, I'm just kind of... Oh, I know what to do.
Oh, yeah.
I know what to do.
Set a trap.
Y'all already know what the fuck going on.
Kylo Ren, he Skype calls General Hux. He's like, hey, I need to talk to you. Hux is like, are you here to discuss terms of surrender? And
Shut up, I'm playing Space Fortnite.
And
They
then-
got our event going.
And then Akbar goes, it's a trap! No, not really.
It's a trap.
And then, Akbar, he turns home one towards the Supremacy, puts full power to the engines. Poe's watching from his transport, and he, calls Akbar. He's like, Akbar, what are you doing, man? And Akbar's like, saving your life, General. Poe Dameron just got promoted to the rank of General
By process
Akbar.
of elimination.
Basically. By process of, you're the remaining commander on site here. Greyson, I love your accessory.
He has a gas mask on.
And then Akbar hits the hyperdrive. He flies right through the Supremacy, tearing it in half, destroying one of the nearby Star Destroyers by, the impact. And then Poe, he's like, holy shit, that just happened. And then a soldier's like, hey, yo, Poe, what are we doing? Poe's like, what do you mean? And then the soldier's like, you realize Akbar called you a general, so technically you're in command now. And Poe's like, shit. The transport ships, they get down to Crate, and then back on the Supremacy, the hangar battle with the Rebellion stormtroopers and the First Order, it's still going on. The hangar's collapsing from the impact from the lightspeed ramming. Finn got knocked out, and then Rose wakes him up. She's like, yo, we got a jet, man.
Watch your jet, man. Watch your jet. Akbar takes out the ship.
We gotta bounce.
The rebel stormtroopers who are fighting with Finn and Rose, they just throw their helmets off because they're like, yeah, we vibing without helmets now. Captain Phasma, her loyalists, they're fighting. A good portion of the rebel, stormtroopers were taken out by, damage caused by the collapsing hangar.
Poor guys.
Yeah, it's
Rebel.
All death has meaning.
war as hell.
Yeah.
Phasma, she oh yeah, Finn, he goes up and he picks up, the riot stormtroopers traitor!
Traitor!
He picks up one of those, electro battens. He's like, yo, Phasma! Yo, Phasma! And Phasma's like, oh, we gonna have a melee fight. She, takes out her, spear baton type thing.
But then he pulls out his gun and just shoots Phasma, Indiana Jones style.
To say that sounds just like Indiana Jones.
No,
It's an
that
anticlimactic battle. I
does
wasn't
not
fine with
happen.
that.
Phasma and Finn, they have a duel with their, melee weapons. And then, they're about to... They kind of get... They're facing off, and then, they're about to charge at each other, but, a piece of the hangar falls in front of them, and they're like, shit, we'll finish this another day, then. So...
Do it.
Rose is like, yo, Finn, hangar's collapsing, we ought to get out of here before we're all dead. And she's like, there's a shuttle, right there. Finn's like, alright, let's get these rebel stormtroopers get down to Crate, man. And then in Snoke's throne room, Rey, Luke, and Ben, they're fighting the Praetorian Guards, which are no match for the teamwork of the Jedi. Luke's like, hey, Ben, I'm sorry for not being as good of a teacher as I could have been. Hugs Ben. He's like, good to have you back on the light side, basically. Ben's like, hey, I kind of am the leading cause of death for my mother and father. And then Rey's like, hey, you remember what Leia said? There's purpose in death.
No, there's not. Life is meaningless.
Hey, that's what Jess
In
said.
the Force there is. Luke affirms the statement being like, yeah, according to the new Jedi Code, death, there's meaning in it.
No, there's not. The Jedi Code is a lie.
Luke's a fucking dingbat for following that shit.
Oh boy.
Just kidding. That was a joke.
Haha, joke.
I've achieved humor. Luke and Rey, they're leaving, and then Ben's like, yo, I'm gonna stay here and become Supreme Leader, and I'm gonna give the New Republic information. I'm gonna be inside trading, basically. Yeah, so Luke and Rey leave, while Ben Solo stays behind, becomes Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, to basically give the New Republic an advantage with information and stuff. The transport ships, they've landed on the outpost at Crate. Poe, he's talking with the strike team, being like, yo, what's the situation here? And then they're like, yo, ever since those First Order ships have been here, comms have been jammed. And then the First Order shuttle that Finn and Rose jacked, it crashes down. Poe and others, they're like, yo, who's in there? And then Finn and Rose walk out with the rebel stormtroopers. And then Finn's like, yo, these stormtroopers, they helped us out. They're with us now. And then one of the stormtroopers like, yo, they kind of really don't like you guys, so we should probably prepare for an assault. Do you want to say something?
No. My bad.
No, it's okay.
I'm checking financial aid right now. I got an email about it.
Oh boy. I wish you good luck.
Yeah, I need it.
So, Poe's like, yeah, cool. But we kind of gotta retreat. That way we don't all just fucking die here. Hux then enters Snoke's throne room. He's looking around the place. He's like, what the hell happened, Kylo? Shit. And then Kylo's like, yo, Rey kind of killed Snoke, and then I got knocked out because of the light speed ramming. And then Hux is like, dude, really? You're so fucking incompetent, and starts like scolding Kylo. And then Ben just starts force choking Hux, like, shut the fuck up, you are so annoying. Telling him that if he's so mad, then Hux should go do something about it. And then Ben releases Hux from the force choke. And then Hux is like, yeah, what authority do you have? And then Ben, like, takes his lightsaber, ignites it, and he's, like, pointing it at Hux. He's like, listen, I'm Supreme Leader now. Ha ha ha. And then we go back to Crate. Poe's coming up with a way of contacting the New Republic. A soldier points out incoming First Order walkers. Hux is like,
dog. There's a dog outside the window. It's a big dog.
Big dog. Oh, he's rolling in the grass. He's really cute.
Yeah, oh, it's an old guy too.
Dog.
Good dog.
Oh, the old guy's pretty cute as well.
So Poe's
I wonder if he wants to be on the podcast.
Poe's like, okay, what gear do we have since we're gonna fight off some First Order walkers? And then the, like, rebel stormtroopers from the First Order are like, hey, we've kind of been fighting you guys for a while. How about we cover your escape? As, like, a sorry type of deal. Like, we've killed your guys, so how about we help you guys escape by sacrificing ourselves? And Poe's like, no, we gotta stick together. And then the rebel troopers are like, do you really just want all of us to die here? And then Poe's like, alright, cool. Poe and the New Republic forces, they're fleeing through, like, the back of the outpost. And then the rebel stormtroopers, they're leading an assault on the walkers with, like, the ski speeders. And they come under fire from TIE fighters, but then Luke in his X-Wing starts taking out TIE fighters. He's like, yo, like, fuck you, First Order. And then, like, the TIE fighters that were shooting on the speeders, they're like, oh shit, X-Wing, let's go take that out. They're like dogs when they see a squirrel. The rebel troopers, they are being demolished by the First Order walkers because they're in little fucking rinky-dink speeders. They're like, as long as we can take out one of these, I think, we'll cause some damage. They managed to take out one. And then they all fucking die. Poe, and the New Republic forces, they're like at the back entrance, but it's covered by rocks, and then Poe's like, well, shit. They're just gonna come in here and shoot us like fish in a barrel. And then the rocks, they move out of the way because Rey's like, the Force! I have that. And then Finn, he's like, yo, it's Rey! He hugs her because Finn actually has not seen Rey since Force Awakens. Luke, he's flying his X-Wing around, picking off TIE fighters where he can. The Falcon is loaded up with the New Republic forces. But they aren't clear yet as TIE fighters start to shoot at them. Finn and Poe take the gunner positions as Rey and Chewie fly the Falcon. They take out the TIE fighters. But they can't shake one of them, and then Luke takes that out. Luke comes over the Falcon's comms, which comms have stopped being jammed, basically, because the First Order has, like, no reason to jam, like, the Falcon and all that. And then Luke's like, yo, this is Red 5, we're clear. And Luke and the Falcon, they fly into space, hit the hyperdrive, and then live to fight another day. And that's the end of Last Jedi.
Okay.
Cool. Ad break.
Okay, ad break.
Oh boy.
Hey, kids. First Order got you down. Your parents get killed by some stormtroopers. Maybe burned alive on Tatooine. Huh? What about it, kids? Answer me.
Yeah.
Are you hungry, kids?
The Coruscant missile crisis was scary.
Stormtroopers.
My mother is dead.
Well, kids, today's episode of the Late Night Chew would not be possible without our sole sponsor, and that is Admiral Akbar cereal. Your taste buds cannot deflect flavors of that magnitude. You can find it at any local Target. Thank you again for our sponsor. Yeah, y'all like Admiral Akbar cereal? You're obligated to say yes because they're our sponsor.
My favorite episode of Two Dudes in a Podcast was when Admiral Akbar cereal was brought up.
I like that one too.
Yeah,
Late Night
I
Chew.
really like that one.
The Late Night Chew, brought to you by Admiral Akbar cereal. Alright. Here we go. Rise of Skywalker. Basically, we pick up a year after the events of Last Jedi. Kylo Ren is arriving at Starkiller Base where he's greeted by Allegiant General Pride. Allegiant General Pride, he's like, yo, man. The testing on Starkiller, it should begin soon. Here is an elevator shaft for you to meet our great architect.
Who's the architect?
Lando.
No. And then Kylo, he goes down the elevator shaft, gets down. Ben Solo, he's like, wow, I can just kind of sense the dark side of the Force oozing the lower this shaft gets. And then it stops, and he gets to a dimly lit room. Ben enters, and he senses a presence similar to Snoke, but it's slightly different.
Darth Vader.
The room is like a coliseum. There's like apparitions on each side.
Don't be Palpatine.
Oh, it's totally Palpatine.
Son of a bitch.
Man, I wanted it to be Mace Windu.
It's totally Palpatine, but it's not a clone or anything.
What if Palpatine is actually just Mace Windu?
Oh, shit. What if Snoke was Mace Windu?
Yeah, I can buy it.
I thought it was Porkins.
Alright, so it's Palpatine. Palpatine's like, yo, Ben Solo,
What's
glad
up, my
you
homie?
could come. By the way, Snoke was literally like a puppet of mine to turn you to the dark side. Don't try to kill me, because I'm kind of, like, barely holding on to life, if you couldn't tell from the black smoke just emanating from me. Not a Force Ghost, because that is not possible for dark side users. He's kind of just using dark magic type shit to stay within the realm of the living.
Gotcha.
Basically, Palpatine's like, yo, I know you're a light side user, you tricky bastard. So, thank you for coming. You're going to play great into my hand.
If you're coming, now fuck off.
You are now You are now going to be trapped down here, being bait to my in-game killing Luke Skywalker. You see, Palpatine is using the First Order as an ends to the mean. As a mean to an end?
It ends to the meme?
I'm sorry. Is it means to an end?
It's means to an end.
That's the saying? Okay. Lots of thoughts going through my head right now. Palpatine's using the First Order. He's just kind of like Allegiant General Pride is loyal to the Emperor, and the Emperor's like, yeah, kill the New Republic, and then, You see, Palpatine's goal is not to destroy, put his will over the galaxy again. His goal is destroy the bloodline that betrayed him, Skywalker.
Oh,
Whoa.
So he traps Ben down in his little fucking throne dungeon shit, and he's torturing him while he's down there. He wants to kill the Skywalker bloodline because, Darth Vader threw him down a shaft. And then we go to Luke and Rey. They're like, hey, what's up? We're meditating. Luke's like, yo, something's going on with Ben. Basically, he's like, yo, Rey, something's wrong with Ben. Rey's like, yo, we gotta go, right? And then Finn's like, hey, we got something. And then, Rise of Skywalker, where they go to, that glacier in space and get the information.
It was in the trailers, yeah.
Yeah, Poe is driving the Falcon in this scene.
Oh, yeah.
We get that, except Rey and Chewie are driving the Falcon, and then
Chewie.
Finn and Poe are on the guns, and they go and get information from Fulcrum, which is an informant within the First Order. Fulcrum is Kylo Ren, a.k.a. Ben Solo. There's a chase with TIE fighters. You remember...
Don Cheadle.
Don
Yeah.
Cheadle.
Yeah.
Terrence
Don
Howard.
Cheadle.
Cuba Gooding Jr. So there's a TIE fighter chase, and there's a TIE fighter fight scene similar to the one in New Hope. You could use that music, that dun 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 dun. You could use that. They get the information, and then they rendezvous with General Calrissian on the planet Yavin 4.
Oh.
What?
Lando.
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 And then they go through the information.
Lando.
Ben Solo's like, yo, they built a big-ass planet-sized Death Star that can take out systems. Their first target, which is the test target, is Outer Rim planets that the First Order is losing on. And then if that works, they're going for the core worlds to really, really... You know how they were going to cripple the government in Force Awakens by bombing government buildings? This time, they're just going to destroy all the important planets.
Oh, it's like Coruscant, wipe out 1 trillion people.
Yeah, they're wiping out Coruscant and all the planets at the core that basically run the government of
Imagine
the galaxy.
living on Coruscant.
What?
Imagine living on Coruscant
That
with 1
place.
trillion people.
Ugh. Alright, so,
Isn't it just like China or something? About it?
In a way.
So basically, Luke's like,
Space China.
oh, Kylo got captured on Starkiller Base, and he's like, okay guys, Ben Solo is Fulcrum. And everybody's like, everybody except Rey, because, Rey was there, is like, yo, what the hell? Ben Solo is a good guy? And Luke's like, yeah, he kind of killed Snoke, and then took his position to give us information. And then they start, let me look. Thanks,
Stop.
Grayson, please stop. And then, the message, the information that Ben Solo left, he's like, yo, I'll be giving you more when I get there. But Luke's like, shit, he's kind of got captured. I can sense it. So then they kind of start to do a plan. So the plan has 3 teams. Team 1, the space team, they go in, they're like, alright, we'll fight off, First Order Star Destroyers and stuff. And fighters. Team 2 is Finn and Rose leading a ground assault to take out ground cannons. That way, Y-Wings can make a bombing run on the oscillator, so Poe can fly in with his X-Wing squadron, hit the thermal exhaust port. And then the third team is Luke and Rey going to get Ben Solo. So basically, we're gonna have the big-ass D-Day type battle.
D-Day?
Yeah. Finn and Rose are leading the fucking beach transports.
Uh-oh.
Oh, of course.
Uh-oh.
They have all this space technology, and they still choose to fucking go by water.
No. What? It's an allegory.
Oh.
Okay. Basically, Finn's like, yo, we're gonna need like some extra support for this, and Luke's like, I'll call the remaining Jedi in the galaxy. Oh, reveal time! Not all the Jedi were killed at the Jedi Temple because some of the older Jedi went with their Padawans and they were on missions in the galaxy. And it's like not all the Jedi are at the Jedi Temple at one time. So basically, when the Jedi Temple was attacked, Luke sent out a message for them, and he's like, yo, don't come back to the temple. Kind of like blend in. You'll know when the time has come. I'll send you another message when we reassemble. So him and Rey are going off to Eos Prime, where the Jedi Temple is, to contact the Jedi. And then on Starkiller Base, Ben's getting fucking berated by Palpatine. You piece of shit, you're worthless. The Skywalkers will die. I don't care about the First Order, they'll probably blow this fucking thing up, but, Allegiant General Pride's like, yo, testing is gonna commence soon.
Testing.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Are the mics working?
Yeah.
Have we been recording?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're recording.
Yeah, we're cool.
Basically, Ben quotes the new Jedi code to Palpatine because of, words. And then Rey and Luke, they arrive on Eos Prime. There's a badass scene where Luke by using the Force, he lifts up a thing to and R2 plugs in to send a direct message to the Jedi. It's like a one-way transmitter for the Jedi to send messages out to the Jedi. He's like, yo, galaxy's calling upon us to defend it once again. You'll know where to go. Trust in the Force. And then, he reads off the new Jedi code. And then Rey's
Thou shalt not be a Sith.
Get thee behind me,
10 fucking
Palpatine.
commandments.
What?
Get thee behind me, Palpatine, for I never knew thee.
Alright, so, and then on Starkiller Base, we basically get the scene from Force Awakens where Hux gives the big Nazi speech.
Oh, yeah.
You did a really good impression and quoted it last episode.
Let me clear my throat.
This will be the last day of the New Republic.
Hey, you guys are gonna regret messing with the First Order.
That's what he turned into.
Fire the laser.
Basically, he's like, yo, we built this thing, we're testing it now, let's go. Yeah, they all raised their hands because Nazi shit.
Nazi shit, yes.
Hell yeah.
I mean, if it gets the fucking imagination across, it gets the thought.
Yep.
Your thought.
Basically, they fire it, and then, we see, multiple perspectives on them seeing the laser beam go out in space.
Is it one laser beam or 5?
It starts as one big one, then it branches out.
Oh, yeah.
And then, basically, the First Order ordered all their ships to Starkiller Base. Because they're like, we kind of give away our position when we fire this, so let's just get the whole fucking fleet here, boys. Big-ass battle time.
Let's put all of our eggs in one basket. Because that always works.
Pretty much.
When does that not work?
When you drop your basket, schmuck.
I don't even have a comeback to that. I'm not sure what to say.
Luke and Rey see the planets being destroyed, and then, Poe and Lando are like, shit, we gotta go into a government meeting right now, because we just lost Outer Rim planets that we were winning on.
What does the Outer Rim have anything to do with this? How are they vital?
It's basic because the First Order is stationed in the unknown regions.
Oh.
Which is out past the Outer Rim. If they get a foothold there, they can kind of hold them back.
Okay.
And if the First Order gets a foothold there, that means they've got a foothold in the galaxy.
Fuck about the Outer Rim planets.
I ship Poe and Lando.
What?
I ship Poe and Lando. Plando.
Plando, yes.
That's the Plando.
Basically, on Yavin 4, Lando and Poe, with the remaining military leadership of the New Republic, they're like, they're putting all their eggs in a basket. We're putting all our eggs in a basket, and we're headed to Starkiller Base to whoop ass. big ass starfighter cruiser battle.
A lot of space battles in this rewritten trilogy.
Because you need some good ass space battles, my dude.
We
It's
have
called
CGI
Star
to
Wars.
do it.
I do love ground battles, though. There's something charming.
Oh, there's a big.
I
ass
want
ground
boat
battle.
battles.
Boat battles. in
There's
Star
a
Wars.
there's a big ground battle.
Star
in
Wars
this.
boat battle, episode 4.
You know,
Yes.
some shit's happening. Blah blah blah. Everybody assembles at Yavin 4, and then they're like, we're about to jump to light speed. Everybody, 3, 2, 1, boom! They all jump to light speed to go to Starkiller Base.
Mhm.
And then Palpatine senses it, and he's like, "Let the final word in the story of Skywalker begin."
It's happening.
Pretty much, he's like, it's all coming together, like
It's
Kronk in
happening.
Emperor's New Groove.
Oh yeah,
Try to do an impression of it.
it's all coming
Palpatine?
together.
No, of a Kronk.
Kronk.
Yeah.
It's all coming together.
Yeah, I mean it's coming
That's
together.
not even close.
Execute
It's not even
orders.
Thank you. I'll be here all night.
You
Nice
basically did
cock!
A lower octave. Oh yeah, it's all coming together. Yeah.
Nice cock, bro.
Yes.
All right, so
What's happening?
Cost everything.
the New Republic fleet arrives. They put all their eggs in a basket. Poe and his fighter squadron, they're escorting like ground transports to like land troops on Starkiller Base.
It is literally impossible to put all your eggs in one basket.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
But what if we had a really big fucking basket?
What if we had a fucking laundry hamper with no holes?
What if we built Starkiller Base, but it wasn't Starkiller Base, it was just a big basket?
What if it was just a giant fucking egg that the space chicken came out of?
Yes.
From Jimmy Neutron?
That's a based
You
reference.
guys are not asking the right question. Where are we getting the eggs?
Leia.
Right,
Let's
so
move on.
New Republic arrives. They're like, "Yo, we're here to beat your ass."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Lando and Chewie are flying the Falcon because you know
Where's Akbar? Oh.
Were you not paying
fucking
attention?
dead.
Pork
Yeah.
it. Oh.
Oh.
Finn and Rose, they're leading the ground troops. They're like, "All right, the Jedi are gonna arrive when they arrive." Basically,
they
they're
arrive.
taking out ground. They're bombing ground cannons and shit. What's funny?
I just thought of a line. 'Cause
Humorous.
I was trying to figure out how you could work Jar Jar into this.
Oh dear God!
And I was thinking of this line that George Lucas said where he was like, yeah, this whole thing works because of Jar Jar. Like he was writing out this screen. Wait, what's it called when you... The storyboard.
Yeah, storyboards.
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, this thing works because of Jar Jar. And like someone got him on camera saying that. And I was just thinking about that quote. I'm sorry, continue.
It's okay. That's a pretty good tangent, honestly. Basically, like the New Republic, they're fighting in space, and then like Lando's like, "Yeah, I made a few calls, man." And then like bounty hunter ships start coming in, mercenary groups, and freedom fighters. They start coming in. They're like, "Yo, we're here to help, bro."
Get gunned down immediately.
Yeah. So Luke and
It's like
Rey.
Scary Movie 3 when they bring in the gangsters.
Oh, you just stepped on my shoes.
So Luke and Rey, they're like going down to Snoke's throne room.
No, please enlighten us.
No,
No, seem to be having a fucking.
I keep thinking
fun
about
time
that
over there.
scene. There's one part where this guy's just like rolling a joint. And he's like, "Your mama," and then like that's what sets it off.
Scary Movie 3, the one where it opens with Shaq and Dr. Phil.
Yeah, maybe that's
Scary
2.
Movie 1 with Shaq and Dr. Phil because they're ripping on Saw.
Yeah.
I
Scary
don't.
Movie
was
3
fun.
had a.
I'm not even a
unit, the
therapist.
aliens.
I'm an electrician. I just tell people to get real.
Guys, I figured out their weakness. If you take off their heads, they don't live anymore.
ACDC?
What?
Bump.
That's copyrighted. You can't say that.
Yeah.
That was no way related to an
That was just
song.
Admiral Akbar cereal commercial jingle.
Yeah, that was him coughing. So Luke and Rey, they're going down to Palpatine's throne room. You know, Palpatine's like, "Hey, you're here," and then Luke's like, "Oh shit, it's this fucker again."
Oh, it's you.
Pretty much.
Nani?
Takes off robe.
So Luke's just kind of like, "Yeah, you lived," and Palpatine's like, Yeah, I told your dad a long time ago. The dark side's a pathway to many abilities some consider unnatural.
There's the line. See what we did? Hey, Star Wars. We did it. We did it, guys.
So Rey, she's like,
your-
oh shit, Ben's kind of
what's your thing
fucked
against
up
Star
right
Wars?
now.
He's
and-
been better.
So basically,
That's
Palpatine
Rey.
uses the Force to
That's
like
Rey.
manipulate Ben's body into being his own little puppet.
Oh, he's blood bending.
Pretty much.
Nice.
And then Ben Solo
What
fights.
game are you referencing, Brandon? I can't tell.
Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay.
And
But maybe.
then there's like a small fight scene with Ben, Luke, and Rey.
Star Wars.
Basically,
Yes.
Finn and
Picard.
Rose, they're closing in on the oscillator. Captain Phasma is holding off like the front gates of the oscillator with stormtroopers and the Knights of Ren who were in the battle. Finn, he gets like hit by a Knight of Ren, and the Knight of Ren is over him. Finn's like on his stomach, so he can't see, and then he hears the body drop in a familiar humming noise. He turns around, and there's a Jedi over him. The Jedi have
Who did
arrived.
Jedi?
Which one?
It's just a random Jedi.
Mace Windu.
Oh.
I'd
Jack
actually count
Porkin's
it.
son.
Ah!
Oh!
Porkins!
Jar Jar Binks.
I can hold it!
No, but basically, what happens then is the Knights of Ren, they respond. They're like, "Oh, we've been waiting to fight the real Jedi, bro."
Round
They throw
two.
down their weapons and take out their lightsabers, which are red.
Whoa.
They are not Force users, but they're trained with melee weapons.
Wait, are they the bad guys?
The Knights of
Are
Ren?
they the bad guys?
Yeah.
They were trained in your
Jedi
art.
I couldn't tell by their signature red blades. I didn't know if they were bad guys or not.
So basically,
Is there a yellow lightsaber in this movie?
Why, yes, that's cowardice.
the Jedi and Knights of Ren, they're dueling. In space, Lando and Chewie, they're like, yo, we're having a hard time taking out this dreadnought ship here. And then some guy's like, hey, you ever study the Battle of Scarif? And Lando's like,
Oh yes, everybody died in that one.
Lando's like, yeah, what about it? He's like, you know how they took down the shield gate? And Lando's like, yeah. He's like, what if we did that to the
Is
dreadnought?
that the only battle in Star Wars history where they had to take in the shield gate? They had to use Scarif as a reference point.
I don't know. I'm just using it because it's the only movie that I know where they use a ship to ram another ship into another ship.
Oh god, I love the Hammerhead Corvette.
Basically, this guy rams his frigate into a First Order Star Destroyer, knocks that into the dreadnought, taking it out.
Space dominoes, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like the Superstar Destroyer.
Lando's like, okay,
Yes.
good luck, Captain, or whatever. That happens. The dreadnought is destroyed, and Allegiant General Pride was in space commanding those forces, so Allegiant General Pride's fucking gone. Luke and Rey, they basically, they fight Ben Solo, they hold out their hands, and, the manipulation that Palpatine is doing to control Ben, they knock that out of him. They basically do a Jedi, exorcism. So, Palpatine's pissed off, so he just starts shooting Force lightning, and Luke, stands in front of Rey and Ben,
Is
holds
it
his
base
light.
boosted?
Not yet.
Dang.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Oh.
So basically Luke's blocking the Force lightning. He's like, "Alright guys, get behind me. This is it, basically." So meanwhile, the Jedi have turned the tide at the oscillator battle, so Phasma's like, yo, I kind of need some strafing runs on my position to fucking take out these based as fuck Jedis.
Based.
Based on what?
Based what?
What the hell are you saying to be Jesse?
Pogger.
Really now?
Alright, so basically TIE Fighter comes in, starts blasting fuckers. The Jedi are taken out along with the Knights of Ren. And then Poe, he got slung around. He wakes up and he's like, oh shit. As he watches Captain Phasma blasting fucking New Republic soldiers. And then as they charge her, she cuts them down with a lightsaber. So Finn's like, I know what I must do. So Finn picks up a fucking lightsaber, gets in a duel with Phasma. Cuts off Phasma's... Hold up. Basically cuts Phasma's blaster apart, and they get in a saber lock, and Phasma pulls out a pistol and shoots Finn. So Finn kind of just cuts her hand off and then beheads her.
That's not Star Wars at all. That is not Star Wars at all. That is straight up medieval.
He does some badass shit. That's what he does. He does that instead of yelling Ray through 3 minutes.
Ray! More!
Finn, he then stands there, and like stormtroopers are like looking at Finn as he just went medieval as fuck on Captain Phasma. He's like, "Yo, guys, you don't have to be a slave to your programming."
He just looks at them and goes,
You know.
"You're next."
He could do that, but instead he just he's like, "Don't be a slave to your programming, man. The First Order's wrong."
And then they just
Fight back.
Down.
Yeah, they just gun him down.
Fuck you.
Basically, some of the troopers are like, "Yeah, I see what they're saying." They rip off their helmets and
eliminated.
start shooting the loyalist troopers. Don't worry, there's a really good moment where somebody gets gunned down by troopers.
I hope it's Ray.
That'd be spectacular, I guess.
Okay. Rose runs over. She's like, "Yo, we gotta get out of here. Place the beacon. Let's go." Finn's like, "I can't make it to the transports. I just got fucking shot in my stomach. You're in my final order. Retreat. You're in command of the ground troops." So he tells Rose,
I love you.
No, he does not say that. He does not say that. Rose is like, "All right." And then Rose and the New Republic troopers retreat. Finn then hobbles in because he's like, "I feel like I'm fucking dying right now."
Me too.
He places the beacon for the Y-wing bombers. Bombers come down, blow up the oscillator. So Finn sacrifices himself.
Oh, Finn dies in this movie?
Yeah, it's better than him running around screaming Ray.
I'd walk out of the theater at this point.
So Poe and his X-wings, they go in and they're like, "All right, let's blow this bitch." We go back to Palpatine's chambers.
And he's getting ready for another fight.
Actually, wait, I forgot to mention when the fight with how Palpatine was possessing Ben Solo's body to fight Luke and Rey.
Yeah.
As soon as that started, the Sith apparitions in the Coliseum type area start chanting "Duel of the Fates." George, you look broken.
No, I'm just I'm visualizing that.
You know how in Rise of Skywalker when he's like, "The ritual will begin," and then the shadowy figure.
Yeah.
"Oh!" They basically, instead of doing that, they start chanting "Duel of the Fates."
It'd be hard to do the fast part. Maybe it's like a vaporwave version of it.
Well, these aren't real people.
Oh,
They're apparitions.
I like vaporwave.
If you didn't know, apparitions can.
Basically, Palpatine starts going full force with the lightning. The bass boost kicks in. The Luke's lightsaber's knocked out of his hand. Then Luke's like, "Hey guys, Rey, Ben, get in the lift." Ben picks up Luke's lightsaber. Be like, "Yo, I got it. Don't worry about it." And then they get in the lift, and Luke's like, "I see ya. You're out of here." Sends Rey and Ben up the lift as he's like, you know how Yoda in Attack of the Clones grabbed the Force Lightning from Count Dooku? Luke's basically doing that, but instead he's deflecting it, kind of.
Much to learn, you still have.
And then Luke, his feet, he starts slipping back because Palpatine's shooting base boosted Force Lightning at this point. Going full force.
That apparently adds power to his simple lightning.
Base boost.
Base boost enhances everything.
And then Palpatine's like, "Haha, I can sense your anger as you're not as powerful as me. Come on, man. I know. I sense that anger I sensed in you back in the Death Star too, boy." And then
what is he still trying to convert him twice?
No, he's not trying to convert him. He's just kind of taunting him. Because Luke isn't really angry, he's just, Palpatine's just like, "Haha, I'm so fucking powerful,
Execute Order
bitch."
67. Kylo
and
turns
then
back.
Luke's like, "Okay, I gotta get up there to him," and then he feels a hand on his shoulder, and it's Anakin. Anakin's like, "Hey, I'm here with you, man." And then Mara
What
Jade,
the fuck are you gonna do? You're a goddamn ghost. I'm here for you.
and then Mara Jade's like, "Yo, I'm here for you too," and then Leia's like, "We're all here."
Oh, so he has the power of the Force Ghost. It's like Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Like Cedric Diggory. No, what was it? The fourth movie.
Yeah.
Don't his parents.
I don't know about Harry Potter, but
yeah,
but sure.
yeah. They're like, "Oh, we'll hold him back, Harry. Just go through the It's got a name. Oh, you got to grab the little trophy thing because it teleports you. What's that called? I don't know.
The goblet.
The porter, right? port key.
Yeah, the port key. You got to grab the port key. And then the ghosts just kind of swarm Voldemort, and he's like, yeah, and then
Oh yeah, that's yeah, yes.
All right, so
I like Harry Potter.
Basically, the Force
tell.
Ghosts all appear behind Luke, and they're like, "Yo, we got your back. Come on, you can do this." And Luke, he starts like walking up, and like the lightning parts like the fucking Red Sea. And Luke walks up to Palpatine. He's like, "Yeah, well, guess what? Well, guess what, Palpatine? I'm a fucking Jedi like my father before me." And then he like uses the Force and like banishes like Palpatine's essence from the realm of the living, and Palpatine
Puts him into the Shadow Realm.
He basically
Like, you're
just
going to the Shadow Realm,
fucking
Jimbo.
bans Palpatine from
You
living.
triggered my trap card.
And then like as that happens, Palpatine's based as fuck Force lightning like
Base. God, dude, how many times are you gonna use base?
Based has
George got me on it.
You can. It's got a cooldown. You can only say it like twice a day, and then it loses all of its
Once a
effect.
day. It's funny for one day.
What are we?
Okay.
24 hours.
Okay,
What are
Palpatine's
we,
base boosted Force lightning.
What
What?
are we basing it on?
It's just base.
It's on what? What the hell?
I
are
don't
you
think
talking
you
about,
understand
Jesse?
what based means.
It's based. It's just. It's
All right, so the chain
Based.
collapses. You know, Luke's dead. Palpatine's dead. Luke's probably a fucking Force ghost. Poe, he shoots torpedo into the thermal exhaust port, you know, because that's a thing. And then, like, Hux is standing at his command post, and he's surrounded by his stormtroopers, and he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And they just fucking execute him.
Oh, so he doesn't get slammed.
That's how it fucking ends.
No, that's not how the movie
Oh,
ends. That's
you
how
just-
Hux dies.
Oh, you just put your fucking like script down. Like, wow, this ends with him being.
What are you doing, guys? Ba, 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 ba.
Okay, so Rey and Ben they get a transport. They get out of there. Starkiller Base implodes. Rey and Ben they meet back up on Yavin 4, and like they're in a First Order ship. So Lando and Poe are like, "Why the fuck is this landing here?" And then they see Rey and Ben walk out with no Luke, and then Rey's like, "Oh, no Finn, huh?" And they're like, "Yeah, we both lost."
No
people."
Finn, huh? Leaves.
And then the credits roll.
We then transition to Eos Prime. It's sometime after the First Order's been defeated. Little known fact on there's a pathway to the Jedi Temple on Eos Prime, and on each side of the pathway, there's graves that are marked by lightsaber hilts of fallen Jedi. And Ben sets Luke's lightsaber hilt next to Mara's on her grave. And then they're basically like, the Jedi will go on.
The Rise of... So is it called The Rise of Skywalker because Jedis are now called Skywalkers?
If that's the way you want to interpret it. I just used the titles from the movies.
That...
Yeah, and that's what Ben says, revealing he was a Jawa the whole time.
Are there any Jawa Jedi?
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe in episodes 10, 11,
Poor
and 12.
Jedis? Can there be poor
Are they even gonna
Jedis?
do episodes 10, 11, 12? I think they should
I hope
stop
not.
it.
It'll be our kids.
Alright, boys. That's it.
Did you just have a fucking soundboard
Yes.
for Star Wars? Jesus
All right.
Christ.
That was it. Trilogy over.
Clap it up. Clap it up.
Trilogy over.
Alright, that concludes the pitches. Now,
It only took two
Son of
episodes.
a pitch.
2 podcasts to completely hit through, but you know
You're
what?
such a pitch, Grayson.
What?
alright,
R/whoosh.
Brandon,
What?
Mortal Kombat, inform me.
That's the transition. We're just
What-
gonna
what-
go
Inform me!
Uh,
You fucking went on about Noob Saibot and everybody else.
You did seem you were very
South Park.
going
Did
down
you
to
just
South
say
Park.
South Park?
South
Going
Park.
down to
South
Southwest.
Park.
I'm gonna go on bus.
South Park.
I'm sorry, Joey. That's not the
All right.
lyrics.
South
Let's
Park.
rein it in, boys.
I'm curious. No, I'm curious actually. Like you
Or
seem
full
interested in Mortal Kombat.
Combat.
I've been interested in Mortal Kombat for about a year now,
Yeah,
actually.
Go on.
Please don't tell me you've downloaded the whole lore into your brain.
Yeah, we don't. Please don't read off like all 11 scripts.
Okay.
Combat.
Only three. only about
That's
4
not
of
gonna
them
be going
actually
away
have
for a long
scripts
time.
because the cinematic story idea first came around in the DC crossover, and then that happened again in 2011 Mortal Kombat, and then again in Mortal Kombat X and 11. So that's neat.
Have you enjoyed Mortal Kombat 11?
Well, 11's been awesome. Like I bought X a year ago, so that one was really good.
1 year is 12 months, by the way.
Yeah,
Yes.
12
Yes,
months
sir.
ago, I for some reason, I wanted to know
Yes.
the history of fighting games in general, and I stumbled across a YouTube series. I don't remember who made it, but it was the history of Mortal Kombat, and that actually got me interested in playing the games, and so I bought X like a week later. Or technically I got XL, which included all of the DLC content.
Get that Game of the Year edition, boy.
Mortal Kombat XL, you could be the Xenomorph from Alien and the Predator, Jason Voorhees.
Can I play as
Uh,
Isabel from Animal Crossing?
Hell
No.
yeah.
Are you good at the game? Would you consider yourself decent? Because
I'd say so. I haven't really fought anybody other than my brother, so
so even like fought online players. Yeah.
No.
That is-
Take on.
In
That
order
is
to-
where you get your ass handed.
yeah. In
to
order
you.
to
yeah.
play online, though, I'd have to give PlayStation like a subscription fee.
You don't.
I'm not doing
First
that.
of all, you just said you had PlayStation. And second of all, you never informed us you had PlayStation. And third of all, you don't have a fucking subscription.
No, I don't.
Can you even get in parties? for a
No.
subscription? Oh my god.
No, I've hit online things and it just says you don't have.
Why do you have to
subscription.
pay to play online?
That's what I keep
I don't
asking.
It
understand.
started with Xbox Live.
Man,
It's all.
God damn it, Bill.
Microsoft, you pieces of...
God damn it,
You
Bill.
and your vaccines!
I've had Mortal Kombat.
Nice one.
Oh, gotta get that tinfoil hat
I've
stuff.
played 11 X. Oh, not 11. I'm sorry. The 9
What
is
happened
what
to
it's called.
COVID-19?
I meant to say it came out in 2011.
Yeah,
I had
One
that
through
one on the
18.
PS3. I had X on the PS4 and 11. I was never good with any of them, really, but I enjoyed them for what they were. I've liked Mortal Kombat. As a kid, I watched the movies. They were pretty cheesy.
I still haven't seen the movies.
Mortal
There's a new
Kombat.
animated movie that came out recently.
I haven't seen it.
Scorpion's Revenge is what it's called.
I'm not as big of a Mortal Kombat fan as I once was, but I still find them I still find
Yeah.
myself
The
watching
characters are really
videos.
interesting.
Yeah.
I like Scorpion.
Is there anything you
Oh,
guys
do you really like
specifically
Scorpion?
want
I
to
like
know?
Scorpion.
Scorpion.
I was actually always
I
more
just
of
think
a
he's
Sub-Zero.
badass.
Because my father, he of course grew up with the arcade,
Oh, nice.
so he
His
played.
favorite was Sub.
His favorite was Scorpion.
Huh.
and
back
you were
then
like,
when he-
I will be the antithesis.
I mean, yeah, I didn't like Scorpion because he used to whoop my ass with him,
Oof.
and so I was like, I'm gonna play.
I think they're both dumb. I play Raiden.
Raiden's fun, all right. I do quite enjoyed his.
You
I
know,
love
man,
Raiden.
I like Baraka because he's got Deadpool from X-Men Origins arms.
Yeah, I've recently picked up
Baraka.
Nightwolf, who is a Native
Barack
American
Obama.
character.
I never really got into Nightwolf. I know he would. I played him in 9.
Uh-huh.
Never liked him. In 9, I liked Sub-Zero, Kung Lao, and Baraka. Those are my favorite people.
Kung Lao is one of my favorites.
10, it was a Sub-Zero.
My favorite thing about 11 is its level of customization. You
Oh,
can
yeah.
create whole move sets for your characters.
Oh yeah,
That's
instead of like
Really interesting.
Yeah, you can't change the entire move set, but you can give them 3 unique abilities.
I wonder if they make an Injustice 3, if that'll be something.
I've heard rumors of an Injustice 3.
Oh, I
in
used to
NetherRealm.
play Injustice. The first one.
the fucking tutorial level in the first Injustice. That thing, something about a backwards cancel. It just
Oh, wow.
pissed me off. I'm like, I'm not gonna.
Who'd you play, Jackson?
Me? I didn't play much of Injustice 1, but I got Injustice 2.
Hellboy.
My mains were Batman and Green Arrow.
Lobo.
Nice.
That was the first one, right?
Yeah, it was...
Lobo was pretty interesting. His super move, he just flips you off.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is a great game.
I used to have this combo where you just kind of like hook them, and then you would bring them, you would shoot them, then you'd flip them off, and then you would just gank them every time. It was great.
Nice.
And then Logan used to play Green Arrow and just spam
He
arrows.
was a
Arrows.
zoner.
My Nightwolf has a lightning arrow. He shoots you with an arrow and you get hit by a lightning bolt.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that one of
Green
your special
Arrow's
moves?
fun.
It's
I
one
like
of the
to,
special
like,
moves, yeah. It's back
If I'm
forward
far
square,
away, I'll be
or
like,
A.
have an arrow, and then I like to get up close and do like a hurricane bow move. It's where he just spins the bow really fast, and you
Oh,
just
yeah.
hear.
My
Red Arrow.
My Raiden that
More
I
like
made
the dead
could
arrow.
teleport, but the same
What are you
input
talking
for
about?
teleporting makes him float in the air, and if you
I don't know what
amplify
you're
that
talking
attack,
about.
he summons lightning below
Can't
him.
erase history.
It's called Lightning
I enjoyed
Storm.
it.
So he hovers across the screen
I may-
with just lightning below
I'll
him,
talk
and
to
he'll
you
hit people.
about something after podcast.
It's really cool.
So, what would that be considered? It's not anti-air, but
No, it's just a really cool thing.
Yeah.
And you can also
say
do
anti-Arab.
no anti-air.
Deers! There's a bunch of deers outside! There's like 6 deer! Oh, okay, back to the discussion. Sorry.
Okay.
Wow, that's
Wow.
great.
Deer. Oof.
I don't play Mortal Kombat 11. I was trash at it.
You can be Joker in that one.
Can be Joker. Actually,
The Joker and RoboCop.
How about
I
another
hear they did
joke?
a-
You wanna hear a
Murphy?
joke?
It's fun. Like all
Robo-
the guest characters, they
RoboCop and
they
Spawn
tend to
are
do
good.
really well with.
Yeah.
Probably because they know they're going to piss off fans if they fuck around.
The
with it
guest
too much.
characters on Injustice were fucking. Oh wait, no, it had Ninja Turtles.
But
And
didn't
Hellboy.
they have a Ninja Turtles and Hellboy.
And
Ninja
Hellboy.
Turtles and Hellboy were cool.
It also had Raiden.
I didn't care about Raiden or Sub-Zero.
I cared about Raiden.
I would have rather had Black Lightning with a Raiden skin.
No, they didn't. Because they did in the first Injustice. They brought Scorpion, and I know what they're doing. They're trying to cross.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm okay with one Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, but they did 2,
There's
and I
the
think they
fact
should have
that
stuck with Sub-Zero.
Warner Brothers owns NetherRealm, and NetherRealm makes the Injustice
Oh,
games.
and Warner Brothers owns DC Comics too. Oh,
Whoa.
I'm beginning to connect the dots.
It's an oligopoly.
It's an
Why don't they
oligarchy.
put Johnny Cage in
Oligopoly.
Injustice?
Oligopoly.
That'd be weird.
Forms of government.
It's not a form of government.
Well, who
it's
would
just
you want
like
to
a.
see? Let's say they make
I
an
know. I'm
Injustice.
just being a fucking jackass.
We should make this an oligarchy.
Who would I want to see?
Yeah,
in
who do you want to
Injustice?
see in Injustice 3? Who would you want to see, like,
From-
return or new characters?
Batman, Green Arrow.
Oh, the 2 characters you play, you mean?
Oh,
Yes, I
they're
want my
cool.
characters to return!
Or
honestly, Kung Lao would be cool.
Lobo.
Lobo would be cool.
What? I've said like 2 words in the
Let's just
past.
screw it. Throw
It would
Fujin
be
in
cool
there.
to see a return of Nightwing from Injustice 1, because I thought he was really cool and he was not in Injustice 2.
They had him as, like, an enemy in the story, right?
In
Wasn't that
Injustice 1?
No, in the second Injustice.
In Injustice 2, you can play as Robin,
Yeah.
but there's like this conversion type thing you can do for Nightwing, but you don't get like the 2 sticks that you can combine into a staff. You get like just a staff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even think the staff is like his main weapon at that point, because Robin's like weapon in that game is a sword.
That's weird.
I think they
It's
should bring
Damian Wayne Robin.
Bring Man-Bat.
There are a lot of DC
Man, that would
references
be cool.
in 11.
Really?
Yeah, like Katana. I don't know if anybody knows who that is,
Yeah.
but she's got a Catwoman skin.
Oh, yeah, they added that shit. Doesn't Noob have a skin as well?
I'm not sure about Noob,
Cyborg.
but I know
I don't
Gearus has a dark side skin.
I enjoy
Gears of
Cyborg.
Darks. I do remember whenever they add, like, a guest
Booyah.
character, they tend to add
Mhm.
skins that correlate.
There's
Fuck,
a
who- I think it was Noob who had, what was it called? It was like the comic, The Bat Who Laughs or something, the man.
Batman Who Laughs.
Batman
Yeah.
does have that.
So there's that skin. I do
That's
remember
cool.
seeing those. They have a Harley
Batman
Quinn
that
Cassie
laughs.
Page skin, right?
Ew.
A
I
what?
think- yeah.
Harley Quinn. Ew.
Harley Quinn was a good character until they said, "What if she was like DC's Deadpool?"
Ew. And then they trashed Deadpool.
Hey man, things happen and then characters start quoting memes and things go off the rails.
The first movie was good. The second one got ridiculous, but it was okay.
You've been kind of quiet, Jordan. Do you have something to say? It's not
He's,
fucking Lobo.
he's looking for owls and deer.
Yeah, I'm actually looking out the window for more deer because there's like a small little pack of wait, not pack of deer,
Listen to
Pack
that.
a gaggle of deer
Gaggle
that went
of
by.
Welcome
to Two Dudes in
Deer
a
hunting
Podcast where we
pack.
will be nature watching today.
Ah, yes, there is one deer out there.
It died.
See him?
Hey, David Attenborough.
Oh yes, a natural gangbanger.
But all,
Gangbanger.
Oh,
The deers out there just have a fucking 40
Throwing up
deers and
gang
shit.
signs.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
its horns growing
Today's
into gang
episode
signs.
of Watching Nature, we will be going into Compton.
What?
Oh. I see. I'm not sure if I should take that like as a racial thing.
It's not a racial thing, man.
Going into Compton.
Okay, I got an idea for something.
Oh shit!
So-
Now I just perceived how that can. Oh fuck!
Yeah.
So it's a segment
God damn
idea,
it.
okay? Think of 2 games and why they should bang and make a new game.
What?
Oh my god.
Okay,
Vagos
so like,
and
So
Los Santos
Combine
Crips.
2 games.
Yeah.
yeah, so
Okay.
like Minecraft and
Mortal Kombat.
Minecraft and Mortal Kombat. Okay,
I was gonna say random. Okay.
Hey, explain why that would be a good game.
I just threw Mortal Kombat out there.
Two games that could
Motherfucker. You didn't have a reason. Now you're giving us the hard job of describing how Minecraft.
Minecraft and GTA.
Oh, that
Isn't
could
that
be
just
cool.
Minecraft? Well, wouldn't it just be Minecraft?
Do a
at that
Grand
point
Theft
and more
Auto
options?
Transformers game.
Grand Theft Auto Transformers. I have never. Well, I did. I played one Transformers game. It was on the DS, and I got stuck on sunscreen. I think.
Oof.
Whooped my ass over and over, and I was like, I don't like this game.
I'd like a
anymore.
really cool open world war game.
On Cybertron.
No.
That'd still be cool.
Like Battlefield mixed with...
Like,
Armor.
Oh, have you ever played PlanetSide?
You wanna play
maybe.
PlanetSide? You wanna play
no,
PlanetSide?
I have not. Like Ghost Recon Wildlands. I
Oh,
thought
that's a
it
great
had a
game.
neat open world concept.
Oh yeah.
But like with a couple, like you could either play the single player campaign, and instead of having a group of like 4 guys, you could have like 6 to 8.
Mm-hmm.
Ghost Recon.
That kind of sounds like Arma, but it also kind of sounds like PlanetSide.
But I was thinking you could also do like either a PvP or PvE type thing.
Are you saying like a different world? You can be in a PvP world.
Yeah, like you could be in like a Teams world, and then you could be in like an all-out warfare type world where it's just like you can maybe there's servers and stuff.
I think it's like, so you're like GTA, so you have NPCs, so it is a PvE world,
Yeah,
but then you also can run into other.
but there's
players.
also a storyline
Yeah.
which you can do multiplayer type like.
I don't know if it's on Xbox, but you should try PlanetSide if it is on there.
It's all.
Like,
Okay.
unironically, that sounds pretty similar.
Oh, like Ghost Recon and Sea of Thieves.
I never played Sea of Thieves because that's an Xbox exclusive. If I'm not mistaken.
I played it.
Oh, it is, yeah.
If only there were more players on it, it would be cool.
It seems interesting. I do like ship combat.
Although
that's-
it's very repetitive. But you know,
Nice.
A cool war game. a cool war game. I don't know. That's all I want.
Cool
like
war
Modern
game.
Warfare is cool.
Oh yeah, I just
But-
don't want to talk about that because everybody's talking about Modern Warfare. You know,
Everybody talks
Yeah.
about
there's not too much to really open up on the discussion
Yeah.
about that.
it.
Besides,
And I've
That's
never
true.
played it, so I don't have my third eye inside.
You're not woke yet.
yeah, I'm sorry. I've been playing a lot of Bloodborne, which is from the Dark Souls creator. I mean, I've been having fun with it. It's really the only game I've been having fun. It's hard, but it's enjoyable.
Star Wars Battlefront and Battlefield.
Which Battlefield is it?
There's a Star Wars
Battlefield 4 and Star Wars Battlefront.
Just massive battles.
Yeah.
128 players,
The
one
way
map.
it should be, big ass map, like Battlefield. You could have Conquest. You could reintroduce like the Walker Assault game mode.
Mhm.
I think it'd be cool if you could have customizable troopers, like not like, you know, did you
Did you
guys
play
play
Advanced Warfare?
Advanced Warfare?
Yeah.
Not like as crazy as that.
Its
Um,
customization system was very in-depth, and like you could pretty much make any kind of soldier you wanted to, because
Like-
there's so much variety in skins.
I think
and
that
stuff.
would be like what you're saying with Advanced Warfare, but within the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
You can't have like a purple stormtrooper or purple.
Yeah,
like,
it has to fit the canon.
Like,
Like,
you could
right?
be a
maybe you could
501st
have-
soldier if you're a
maybe
clone.
you could have a purple stormtrooper running around, but it's not got full purple armor. It's like maybe you know how like they have clans in Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You could have legions.
Ah, yeah.
And
I
like,
had that
you could
idea.
have
It's like-
Legion color armor, and
like-
like you could customize your clone trooper armor. Like maybe you it's not like as in depth as maybe you could make it, but you could be like, oh, I want my left and right pauldron to be this color, or I want a stripe on it, or I want a logo on it, or something
Yeah,
like that.
something like that.
And you could do that with your like Republic trooper. You could do that with your droid. Of course, it would be in the 3 eras of Star Wars, but just big ass battles,
I had that
Battlefield
idea
style.
as to like if the original trilogy was made after the prequels and the Clone Wars,
Mm-hmm.
then you would probably have different legions of stormtroopers, or like Vader would have 501st stormtroopers. That where the 501st clone troopers were blue, the 501st stormtroopers were black.
Whoa.
It'd be interesting to see
That would be
almost
really
a
cool.
an emblem creator. So let's say you can create custom emblems on your chest.
Oh,
piece and
God.
on your arm. I know.
Oh,
people
God.
are going to take advantage of that. They're going to like make purple dicks all over.
You
that.
could-
That's like a bad idea.
No, okay.
That's why there should be a limit. Like you have to
Like,
give it
let's
proofs.
say you can customize your Republic gunship. Like, you could put, you could choose the art on it.
On
even
that would be
preset
cool.
art things would be
Yeah.
nice. You know?
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Rather
like
than
preset art.
making
Like,
your own.
let's
Yeah.
say you're customizing your clone trooper and you want a big ass Republic logo on it.
Or you can get a Twi'lek stripper or the Senator or something.
Yeah, like let's say like you want something. You could either have a plain X-wing. You could customize like the astromech in your X-wing.
Yeah.
Like I'd also want that mode from like the original Battlefront 2 where you
the two
ship battles,
ships. Yeah.
yeah.
except. I'd also like ground battles to
Galactic
be going
Conquest, wasn't that what it's
on.
called?
Not Galactic Conquest. It was like
Starfighter Assault.
yeah.
It was Carrier
This
Assault
is-
Battlefield.
These ideas are reminding me of Mortal Kombat 11's customization.
Back to Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
yeah.
yeah, I played
Full
some of
circle.
Battlefront 2 today and went over to Mortal Kombat, and Battlefront's customization sucks compared to Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
Oh, you can make Scorpion like Sub-Zero if you really wanted to.
Yeah, you can. That's
Sometimes
kinda
it
weird.
gets actually confusing. Like, which fucking character am I fighting now
Yeah.
at this point? If you don't look at their
I'm
name.
fighting Scorpion,
Like,
but he's
you'd have
shooting ice. What the fuck?
3 slots of gear. You'd have 3 slots of gear for your units and stuff, and be able to swap out like art, guns, and something else on your gunships. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
The PSP Battlefield, or not Battlefield, but Battlefront had a lot of customization. Like, you could do what you're talking about. Like, your clone trooper could have, like, 4 or 5 different helmets, and, like, your rebels could be, like, different races, different types of gear on them.
Yeah, like,
Wow.
let's say your rebel trooper. Like, a clone trooper, they usually wear the same armor. But let's say, each...
Like, class would
Each
have
unit-
slightly...
Like, here's the thing about classes. I think you take away the class stuff, and you build your loadout the way you want it. Like, if you want to play heavy, you build it that way.
Yeah.
If you want to play assault, you build it that way. If you want to play, like, medic, you build it that way. If you want to play sniper, you build
Kind
it
of like
that way.
Call of Duty. Like, you could technically play, like, a
kinda like
support
that.
person if you wanted to.
Kind of like that. You could either have multiple classes, or you could have, like, one that you just build before you go into battle. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to play this role. And then, like, let's say with each unit, you could customize the 3 types. Like, you have 3 types of customization. Like, with Clone Troopers, you could have Phase 1 armor, Phase 2 armor, and snow gear, or something like that.
Yeah.
And with Rebels, you could have, like, your basic Rebel, like, on most planets, you'll wear this. If you're on Hoth, you could have your Hoth Trooper, and then if you're on, like, Endor, you could have your Force gear, or something like that.
Yeah.
And, so on and so forth with the other units.
Yeah. I see the Rebels, they tend to get more customization because,
That
of
would
course,
be
in the
cool.
movies, it would... They obviously
Well, I mean,
have
with
more
Clone Troopers, you could
variation.
have all kinds of customization. If you get to customize
Shoulder pauldrons.
shoulder
and, like,
pauldrons, like, let's say you want
What
to
are those
have
skirts called again?
commas.
Commas.
You want to have, like, let's say, like, you get dual wielding pistols. That means you get the 2 holsters. If you're a Clone Trooper, then you can, like, put the skirt there and, like.
So you're like thinking about like Red Dead 2 type of things. You can just have accessories like a bandolier or maybe a satchel just hanging on.
Yeah. Like,
That'd be pretty nice, and it wouldn't really detract because I mean you see certain characters have backpacks and shit.
mhm.
Yeah.
it's
mean,
all
yeah.
like inside the canon. It's just a
Mhm.
matter of
And,
building your trooper.
It's not like Rebels really have any kind of uniforms anyway. I mean, they're Rebels.
I think
No,
their-
they just
I think
kinda
their
have-
base uniform would be that blue and black shit with the weird
Nah,
looking
that's
helmet.
a blockade trooper.
Really?
Mhm.
So Rebels don't really have a base look, do they?
Mm.
Is it just based on where they are?
They just kind of have like normal fatigues. Like if they go to a certain planet, like their normal fatigues are just like base shit.
Mm.
And like if they go to a forest planet, they wear green. If they're on a snow planet, they got the white.
They
shit.
wear red, obviously.
Battlefront, the first one, 2015, it had so much more customization than the.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'm sitting there, because I mean I know they had a lot more for the stormtroopers as well. There's a point in time where you can be helmetless,
Yeah.
and then they're like, "Oh, let's not do that anymore."
Dang.
It was kind of stupid looking to
Yeah.
be killed by a helmetless stormtrooper.
It
But
was.
no, the customization was much better because you could be either male or female. In Battlefront 2, of course, they want to appeal to the biggest demographic or whatever. So they kind of lock the gender, which with whatever class. I think scout or sniper is usually female.
Yeah.
I feel like you could change that whether you want it or not.
Yeah.
You should be able to, but I mean...
You do have to always think, though, like, I know it's Star Wars, so you can be a lot more open about it, but, like, you know, say Battlefield 5 had that big problem of too much customization for it being a World War II game.
Yeah.
So, like, you need to definitely be aware of the limits of, like, okay, am I getting killed by a stormtrooper or, like, some kind of Twitch streamer?
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, all the customization options are within the Star Wars universe.
Here's an idea.
You can't go out of that. Like, the only thing that you could really change is if you have a clan, you have a certain color.
Here's an idea on, like, the Rebel...
But it's a specific range of colors.
The
Sorry
Rebellion customization. You can change your species, and depending on which species you choose, it'll change, like, your base stats.
I'd always be a Bothan.
Base stat.
Like, your health and stuff.
Many Bothan spies
well,
I
died.
don't know how I
Or
feel about
defense.
that. Because
Maybe
well,
not
that's
a
more
whole lot.
RPG-like, though.
Yeah,
Oh.
because in the first-person shooter, it needs to be as balanced as possible.
Gotcha.
Like it'd be so unfair. Let's say a Rhodian has like 150 health.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Are you
would
kidding me, man? Did you
would-
see how Greedo died?
I know. I'm just trying to give an example. Like, would you really would it feel like a fair fight if you had 100 health as a stormtrooper?
No.
You know, going against.
I'd say it's more
150
like 115, but...
I
not
get-
to a Rhodian. Probably more armored-like species, like a Baravel would have 115 or 120.
I get what you're coming from. It would make sense, like,
Yeah.
lore-wise, but in a, like, game-wise, you have to balance shit out like that.
And then with, like,
Yeah.
your hero units, you could have multiple costumes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm talking all the costumes.
It is kind of, oh yes, Ben Swallow. I would actually not mind playing as shirtless Kylo Ren. That would be kind of funny.
What about shirtless Darth Vader?
Shirtless Darth Vader.
Oh, God.
I'm really ashy, bro.
And that's one of the problems, too. It's like Darth Vader, you don't really get a lot of customization options, because you
No.
never really see him, canon-wise.
Well,
you don't see him wearing
that's when you
anything
get
else.
into the juicy legend stuff. Like battle
I
damage.
feel like
right?
That doesn't exist?
Shut up.
It should bring back Legends, but certain things that actually make sense. I feel like they should, like, re-review some Legends things,
They
instead
really
of
should.
retconning everything
Yeah.
under Legends.
They did a bit of a disservice to themselves, because now they have twice the work.
Mm-hmm.
When you could just... There's stuff right there. Just use it.
I know, people have spent years and years on expanding the universe. and
Exactly.
You can just pick and take which
You
one
get
want.
told by some piece of shit mouse that you can't use it
Back
anymore.
at it again with the fucking mouse.
Stupid mouse. Stupid.
I stupid.
Who do you think makes all the decisions, Mickey or Minnie holding Mickey's dick?
I think Goofy.
Is that an out?
I think
Goofy's like,
Goofy's
I'll
got
fucking
some.
kill you.
He's got some side bets, you know. He's got money invested in very dark places of the
Yes,
cartels.
you invest in the S&P 500? Yes.
Ah, yes.
Yes. Stocks.
Stomps.
So Goofy's the guy who paid Lightning McQueen to rig the elections again.
Hey, Lightning McQueen.
You rigged the elections again.
eh?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, two games that should bang: Bloodborne and Star Wars. Just any Star Wars game. Make a Souls type game in a really
thinking
high
that.
sci-fi type
Wasn't
area
that just... Okay, I'd say that'd be just like...
near
No,
on
motherfucker, I'm talking right now. And when
Okay.
I'm talking, you do not...
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Shut! I can't yell in the mic. Please be quiet. Please be quiet, George.
I'm being
I was
quiet.
told I can't yell in the mic anymore. It hurts people's ears. So I would like you to shut the fuck up. Are you done talking?
Is your mic on?
Yeah, it's on.
I
I just click it off. I'm just like, he started yelling,
No.
you've lost mic privileges.
What he just said, Bloodborne and a Star Wars game, is just like Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah.
It is extremely similar to that.
But I'm not talking about like fighting Jedi. I'm talking about like monsters and everything.
Oh, like Rancor.
You do fight animals in Jedi
Yeah.
Fallen Order.
You do?
Yeah.
I haven't played that game.
You did
so-
that in Force
It is
fight-
very
you-
similar. You have bonfires to hit, or lamps.
You fight
rest.
Big ass frogs.
So like
Oh,
maybe
Bogdo, yes.
so like maybe not so much in the Star Wars universe, but maybe like you could build your character. Oh, he's going to be a gunslinger. He's going to be more of like a
Oh.
Jedi type character.
I just had an
you have
idea.
That'd be cool.
Pyromancer, basically, or blood tinge, you would say.
Yeah.
Bloodborne.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting. I would definitely play that.
Your
'cause I
midichlorian count would constitute if you can use,
Midichlorian
and the
count.
Force would be like your arcane stat.
Well, what would be the currency? Would it just be Republic credits or something?
No, Dectaries. You need
Because-
something more real.
Imperial
Would you
credits.
say the Force would technically be the fucking currency? Maybe every
Best car still.
That's when you just make force points.
Force points.
Force points.
Once you
but
spend one, you double all your stats.
Use to level them up.
He's on the RPG shit.
I think credits,
Well,
maybe.
I mean, Bloodborne and Dark Souls in general, they're kind of
like
RPGs.
what time era is it set in?
I mean, my original idea was actually like even more grounded in reality. So say like 2300, and it's like some
What?
post. Well, like I wasn't gonna say
Star Wars, right?
Well, I wasn't gonna say Star Wars at first. I was just gonna say like a futuristic game, but I couldn't really think of anything that would fit what I had
So,
in
like
mind.
before the prequel trilogy.
No, I'm not even talking about Star
You're still
Wars
talking
now.
about Soulsborne, right?
Yeah, like my original idea was like a Souls type game,
Okay.
but in 2300 Earth time.
They had the game which I told you about. It was actually quite fun. I should go back to it.
The Surge?
The Surge.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I've been meaning to play the Surge.
It was interesting because you can loot enemies. Like, okay, they have an arm, leg, chest, headpiece, and all that. And you can do vertical and horizontal slashes. And if you slash at their arm pieces or anything, you get a chance to grab their loot and basically gain better armor. So it was a pretty interesting Souls game. I never beat it, but it was quite fun. And so that's more. I think that's more what you're like talking about. Is this? It was set on Earth. It was somewhat in the future because they had like almost power mechs in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it was pretty aligned to what you're saying right now. It was hard as fuck too.
Hey Grayson,
Yes.
have you come up with a game fusion yet?
Oh no, I have not. We've just been talking about George's game.
I came up with another one.
No, go ahead with yours.
All right.
I can't even.
So
come up with
Star
one.
Wars again, because I want good Star Wars games
Star Wars.
and a Skyrim type setting.
Oh.
But you know how they did Fallout 76 shittily?
Oh.
So like you have the multiplayer aspect, but let's do it good because you're Disney and you have a shit ton of fucking money.
How would you handle the multiplayer then?
You just
Like
team-
Fallout 76, but better. Is what you're gonna say?
maybe not even Fallout 76, like Ghost Recon. You team up with a couple friends,
That'd be interesting.
and it's
I
like
kinda
you're
like
in an
that.
open world, but it's like the Skyrim type. You go wherever you want and do shit. And it doesn't even have to be contained to one planet. Maybe you have a couple
Ooh.
planets, or
Like No
you're
Man's
on,
Sky.
or you're on one planet.
game.
Star Wars and Destiny?
Star Wars. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Are you saying first person? Would Star Wars even be good in the first person?
I'd make
I wonder
it
how a
third
lightsaber
person.
would be.
Um,
I don't see
I'd
that
say
often.
Variable.
with my idea, Skyrim is first person or third.
Oh, maybe you can have an option to toggle
Yeah.
in between.
Battlefront does that. So
Do you know Destiny was originally supposed to be a medieval game? Like,
really.
yeah, like the Traveler wasn't supposed to come in the future. It was supposed to come like, in the
Oh,
900s or
The
something.
olden times.
And
The
basically, you would have knights and like wizards and stuff,
Mhm.
but they'd be running around with essentially modern weaponry.
What the fuck?
It sounds interesting. Like
Nice.
take the same exact gameplay of Destiny, but put it in a medieval setting.
It's like having a For Honor character, and it's just a Marine
Sounds
with
like
an
some
M16.
wild shit.
Wow.
I could see that. That would be interesting, but I wonder what they would do. I wonder how they would get away with that whole idea you just mentioned. Because, Disney, they kind of have a grasp on Star Wars. It's a little hard to make a Star Wars game like that. That ambitious, I would say.
Mhm.
'Cause then weren't they making something? Like Respawn Entertainment was making a Star Wars game?
Star
There
Wars
was a
1313.
No, that was before Disney bought it, and when they bought it, they shut down all like the outgoing projects.
The good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't Fallen Order supposed to be like a bounty hunter game or something?
No, Fallen Order was what happened after Respawn got something scrapped.
Oh.
I think they were making something, and then Disney was like, "Nah, we don't want to do this. We're gonna focus on Battlefront 2." And then
That
I
was a
think
bad trade-off.
Battlefront 2
Yeah.
kind of went to shit, and Respawn was working on a different game, and then Disney came back and they were like, "Hey, you want to make a single-player Star Wars game with a Jedi?" And they were like, "Shit, bro, yeah."
Yeah.
Then it was that Jedi Fallen Order?
Yeah.
Nice.
But the original game that was being worked on was about like a normal guy who is on the Imperial watch list because he was a survivor of Alderaan.
That sounds so cool.
Oh shit, he was... I just had to think about that for a second.
Survivor of Alderaan.
It was one with Alderaan. Oh yeah.
How you survive that?
We've gone backwards.
Either he lived there and he moved off world, or he narrowly escaped it. Like he was leaving as the Death Star was arriving.
Wow.
Like he was like, "Oh, what the fuck is? I'm gonna hit the hyperdrive."
I would say, actually, I just had this idea. I don't know if I want it to be Star Wars or mixed with Star Wars, but it'd be interesting to see it because we've never really seen that before. Is a Last of Us, and I guess I would say Star Wars.
Star Trek.
Star Trek. Well, Last of Us and Star Wars, and the reason I say Last of Us is because I'm focusing more on the multiplayer aspect of that and how brutal it is, how you can straight up execute somebody, and I would love to see
Gears of War.
I mean, yeah, press B to chainsaw.
Yeah.
I would love to see an M-rated Star Wars game. It would be very interesting to see kind of like the darker side, because Star Wars is very
An R-rated Star Wars movie.
Maybe not
Clone
that.
Wars movie, but it's Saving Private Ryan.
I could get behind
Clones
that.
getting fucking blown
A
apart.
Clone Commando movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Clone Commandos
I've
going
always
in
been
to save a
curious about
special
that.
unit or something.
yeah.
It's like that movie, like 3 Nights in Benghazi or whatever, but it,
Oh,
but it's
13 hours.
yeah, 13 hours in Benghazi, but it's
That's a
Clone
Michael Bay
Commandos.
movie.
Yeah. Another one I've
Speaking of
got
Michael
is
Bay, that's him.
A Last of Us meets Transformers, where you could do like somebody in the aftermath of the war for Cybertron after the Autobots and Decepticons leave, where the planet's just decimated and dead.
And then you think they're gonna like start turning on each other? It's gonna become hostile. as shit.
Probably, yeah. And in the game Fall of Cybertron, the planet starts running out of its natural resource, Energon, and multiple subterranean species start coming to the surface looking for food.
They're not Transformers, are they? They're like actual living
No, they are Cybertronians, but they're Insecticons.
Insecticons. Oh my god!
Hexagon.
And they're about as big as you are. No, they're about...
Oh, what are you saying, Brandon?
The Insecticons are twice the size of an average car and will eat anything and everything in their path.
It's like a horror. Would you say a horror game? Because Last of Us was, I don't know how to...
A survival game?
It was more survival, but it had horror aspects to it.
It could work that
Would
way.
you say horror? I'd say horror if I saw a fucking
You could play as the Dinobots. That would be cool.
Oh, I do remember the Dinobots.
Yeah. Play as the
Rawr.
Dinobots. That'd be cool.
There hasn't really been a Transformers game in recent years.
Not since Devastation, no,
No.
which was great. Devastation was a great game.
But they keep making Power Rangers games for some reason. I'm not sure why.
It's because
Shitty ones
Hasbro's
at
Hasbro's contract with Activision ran out about 3 years
Oh, yes,
ago.
guys, hear me out. Just Dance and Power Rangers crossover, alright?
How about Just Dance and Star Wars?
That already
What do you
happened.
Yeah,
Wait.
I'm
Wait
feeling like a
second.
star,
What do
can't
you
stop.
mean?
I'm so low.
Oh, yes,
Han
Palpatine, hit the
Solo.
nay-nay.
Han Solo. Han Solo. Well, what's that song that Palpatine dances to?
The trash compactor. You gotta...
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
All right, boys, hit it.
Did you really say that? Oh.
I wish he did.
I just survived the Death Star.
Time to find somebody to bang.
Oof.
Really?
I keep thinking about the implications of Palpatine to have a kid, like a granddaughter.
Why would he ever... He wouldn't have time for that, you know?
Too busy manipulating the galaxy.
Yeah.
into
Well, it's
war.
like,
Why would
okay,
he
so...
waste time with a daughter.
I mean, like, Rey is 19, right?
What are you about to say to us?
So that means... in Force Awakens is like 29 years after...
Palpatine would have had to have a kid, like...
10 years after the 10 years after...
Palpatine would have had to had a kid before, like, New Hope for all this to work out.
But he would still be in his, like, fucked up form where he's, like, all wrinkly and
Yeah,
stuff.
who the fuck would
I
want
mean,
to take
That gives me hope. I mean, you know, he looks like a walking bag of pus, but he can still, like, have a kid.
I mean,
It's still nay-nay
concubines.
on, you know, anybody.
Did he do it naturally?
See, that's what I'm wondering. Like, you think he
I don't
did,
think
like,
he would
some...
have- I think he probably used
The dark-
magic or some shit.
Some
Can
New
the dark
Testament
side-
type stuff and just plant a baby in somebody?
I
Or is
mean-
it like...
Couldn't he
Hold on,
clone,
hold
like,
on, hold on.
Merrick or
The
whatever?
dark
Hold
side
on.
of the Force is a pathway to
Wait,
ability.
in Revenge-
Unnatural.
in
unprotected sex in the Empire.
I love democracy. Has nothing to do with
Revenge of the Sith, he tells a story about Darth Plagueis manipulating midichlorians to create life. So, that's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Just create.
I know in the Last Jedi novelization, they say it's just a failed clone of Palpatine that's Rey's father.
What the fuck?
They show Rey's father. Like,
yeah,
they
and he
show
looks
Rey's
nothing
father.
like
He looks,
Palpatine.
yeah. and-
Exactly, a failed clone.
well, of course it's
Dumb
a failed clone.
shit.
It doesn't look a damn thing
Oh,
like it.
well, is it a fail
What
at
if
that
his
point, or is
servants
it
like sneezed into it or
success?
something?
It's more attractive than fucking Palpatine.
Yeah,
I don't know.
if that's a fail or
I just like the
not.
idea of Palpatine getting his mojo on. Like, just something about that is hilarious.
forces
to me.
Vader to watch.
galaxy. Time to find somebody to bang.
And he forces Vader to watch.
Anakin, watch as I do what you
Think
did
about
to Padme.
Padamame or whatever her name is.
Padamame.
Panda Bear.
Darth Vader, make me a chimichanga, please. He opens up his fucking chest
Vader,
piece and
Vader.
there's a microwave in it.
Kylo comes out and he's like, I just had sex and I've been eating nachos! Greatest day of my life!
You know what you should do your next podcast over?
What?
Bring somebody in who knows a lot about Harry Potter and just let them teach you about Harry Potter. Because I noticed you don't know jack squat about that.
I don't
Y'all
like
want the
Harry Potter.
movies of Harry Potter? I
No,
got it off a guy
not
from
today.
Reddit.
No.
It's like 13 gigabytes for all 7 Harry Potter movies.
Jesus.
I'm good.
I don't.
I'm good.
I legally acquired them. In Russia.
Yes, I love the websites at the end in
well, you see, if we go off of Russian law, you technically legally acquired them. So,
Oh, here's a nice little tip for all you youngsters about to go back into college in the fall or summer. Write this down. Get out your paper and your pencil. Okay, everybody ready? Anon.I... Wait. No, wait. Never mind. Wrong.
Hey, I got a question real quick.
lib.en.ru. Yeah.
hey, I got a question.
Yeah,
No, wait.
Is the ATF
lib-gen.
still around?
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
ATF's
still around.
I like to think
Won't they go away?
that they've just fucking stopped dealing with alcohol, tobacco, and firearms, and they're just dealing with piracy.
That's a strange combination. I think there was actually some talk they were wanting to just completely absorb the ATF into the FBI and just make it like a section of the FBI.
They're basically the FBI.
Yeah, because
but they're very
recently I watched
specific.
that.
Waco?
Yeah, the series.
Yeah, they had it coming.
I mean,
Oh, wow,
yeah,
against
totally.
The fucking Branch Davidians.
The fucking I was like, so are they still around?
No.
Oh, dude,
well,
they're gone.
No,
Man,
not the Branch Davidians.
oh, the ATF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Alphabet Men.
Alphabet Man.
Yeah, there's a lot of Boogaloo memes.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't buy into it, but there's a lot of like Boogaloo memes that call the ATF and the FBI the Alphabet Men.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny, but
Good to know. Good to know.
it's a weird combination of things that they're over though.
Yeah,
I
well,
mean,
think about
guys, just the one thing I learned is get a bunch of people together, have a revelation from God, and take on the burden of sex.
Yes.
What?
Take everybody's wife.
This is the way.
It's like Shao Kahn.
It's genius. I mean, think about it. One second you got a big group of friends together, and the next second you got like 5 wives.
You got a family.
I
That's a
gotta tell you
family.
the story of how Shao Kahn took over Edenia. It's funny
Oh yes.
because
Yes.
Do tell.
there's this
The
place
tragedy
called,
of Shao Kahn the Wise.
Mortal Kombat's got multiple realms. I know you guys know
Yeah,
that. You got
Earth
Earth
Realm,
Realm, Outworld.
I got a funny story.
And Outworld, all the realms have like protector gods. Raiden's the protector god of Earth Realm. And Outworld used to have a protector god that was called Shao Kahn. Or no, Shao Kahn was the protector god of Outworld. And then decided to come down and conquer it. And then he decided to start merging other realms into Outworld. One of which being Edenia, which was ruled by King Jared and his wife, Queen Sindel.
This sounds like some biblical shit.
Thing is, he ended up... Shao Kahn saw Sindel, was like, oh baby. And Sindel saw Shao Kahn and reciprocated their feelings. So then she worked with Shao Kahn to plot against King Jared, and they eventually killed him. And merged Edenia with Outworld. And then they
Sounds
wrote,
like that one Bible story. Who was that chick that one king liked? And he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna put
Bathsheba?
your husband on the front line."
Yeah,
Bathsheba, dude, that fucker.
yeah.
Oh,
But how I
it's
like to sum up
tragedy.
the whole story is that Shao Kahn walks up to King Jared and he's like, "I fucked your wife, Jared." What? And then he smashes his head in.
Ugh, gotta love.
I mean, you tend to learn a lot of the lore of Mortal Kombat because 80% of the game is story and 20% is fighting.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fight.
it is somewhat captivating when you play 20% of that game, but you're like watching cutscenes for the other 80%. You tend to get hooked for some reason because what's gonna happen next?
It's really good.
Who's Johnny Cage gonna fucking kill next in this one? You know.
Oh.
I'm gonna rip your face off. I'm Johnny Cage.
They sometimes pick fights just because they need somebody to fight. Like
Honestly.
somebody's gonna bump into like Johnny Cage the wrong way. Like, oh,
I'm kind of
You stepped on my shoe!
Johnny Cage is like, Baraka, you're a hobo now? I'm gonna beat your fucking ass.
you
Obama.
bitch.
Barack Obama.
original joke.
Alright, when I said the tragedy of Shao Kahn, the Wise, it reminded me of something that happened this past week. So me and my friends had picked up the numbers of scam callers.
Oh no.
So they were calling them, and their scam was a travel agency to book like flights and shit. And we just kept calling and acting like we were going to book flights. This one time I called and I said, "Hey, pull up the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise. I'm going to read this shit to him." So like, he opens up and I'm like, "Sir, have you heard the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Have you heard the word?" And he's like, "No, we are traveling." I think he was going by Rico. It was the same guy changing his name every time. He was Rico. He was Ashley at one point.
Ashley?
Yes. Oh yes, my name is Ashley.
He was
Yes.
like Phil or Marcus or
Bertha.
something. And then like, so I'm like, he's like, "This is a travel agency." I'm like, "Oh, well, would you like to hear the word, sir?" He's like, "No, we book like flights and vacations and stuff." I'm like, "Oh, you book flights and vacations and stuff? I need to go to a convention, a religious convention." And he's like, "Oh, well, where will you be going from?" I'm like, "Indianapolis to Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas." And he's like, "Okay, when do you need to leave?" And I give him the dates and stuff. And I get up to giving him a credit card, and I'm pretty sure I fucked it up. Credit cards don't start with 0, do they?
I think it's possible.
And I go 0125. He's like, "Stop lying. Hang up." And I'm like, Sir, I'm trying to buy a flight to my convention." And I just get mad. And he just hangs up on me. But this one time, we got my friend, he was doing Morgan Freeman.
Was it Dalton?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was he was doing Morgan Freeman. He was booking a flight from like fucking, I don't know,
East Atlanta.
Minneapolis?
something like
Oh,
that.
yes.
To like
Get the fuck out
I
of
think
Dodge.
He was going to Bolivia to see his online girlfriend as Morgan Freeman. So we got Morgan Freeman basically being like Big Ed, going to another country. And then me and Kel, we're like, we're gonna bust in and act like we're arresting him right now. So like we bust in and we're like, get on the ground, cut the line. And he's like, good prank, guys. And then Kel just picks up, he's like, "Go fuck yourself, scammer." And the scammer's like, "Yeah, sounds like you guys got enough to do that there." And and he's just like, "Oh yeah, we would," or something like that. He hung up before we could start talking to him again.
Then you called him again.
Yeah, we kept calling. like after they'd eventually pick up on the phone numbers calling, and we just switch phones. And then like after that, they just forget the other phone numbers, and it'd just be a line. And then eventually, we called, and we were like, "Are you tired of getting pranked?" And like when Kel said that, he was just like, "We're a travel agency."
No,
And he's like,
no, you're not.
"Are you tired
They're really
of
dedicated
getting
to their
pranked?"
act, all right, I gotta commend them.
Every time, "Hello?" And I'm like, "Yes, is this a travel agency?" At one point, I was gonna be like, "Hello, I am Agent so-and-so with the FBI. We're on to you. We will be coming for you. Prepare your warehouses, for they are going to be raided.
I'm quite convinced that if I
How
ever
the fuck
got...
would you ever say that? Like, as an FBI agent, we are going to raid you.
Oof.
Be prepared to leave the premises with all your evidence, because we are coming to raid you in 3 days.
I don't know. They're dumb enough to be like,
At this time.
hello,
Yeah.
I'm Ashley from travel agency. I'm going to book your flight for you.
You think they just had, like, a name generator, like, on their computer? Like, something like you'd use for D&D or something to come up with an NPC name?
I wouldn't doubt it.
They... Oh, fuck, I don't even know what I was going to say now.
Accidentally pulls up the D&D name generator, and instead of being, like, John or Derek, it's like, I don't know, Draxicus or something?
They're like, you know, when your whole little FBI example, it's like when the teacher has the supervisor come in and watch their class for one class. But the thing is, they fuck up about that because they tell the teacher, I'm going to come supervise you on Tuesday for 4th period.
Oh, and they got the I can statements written
and
down,
so then
like the
teacher
standards.
completely changes their fucking thing. Like, they could be the
They
most
can turn a
dog-ass
shit
teacher.
They could, yeah.
And be like, hello class, today we're going to learn about the fucking pyramids of Egypt. And the supervisor
hated
sitting
it.
up there like,
I hate it. And then once they left, it was back to dog ass shit.
It was back to
Alright, motherfuckers, get back on the ground. Give me fucking 20.
It was like once the supervisor, and it's like
Just
half the time,
injects horse
the
tranquilizer into her
supervisor,
fucking neck.
the supervisor wouldn't even stay in there for a whole fucking class
No, she
period.
would. They would just sit there for 30
Hey, mate,
minutes.
yep,
It's good enough.
looks good to me.
Yeah.
Looks good to me. Have a good day. And then the door would close. She'd pull out her fucking piece and be like, any one of you fuckers speaks, I'll blow your goddamn brains out, okay? Listen here, you little shit.
get up here right now. Just beats you to death with a fucking ruler.
Did you just breathe during independent reading time?
God bless.
Sounds like Miss Winton. Did Miss Winton ever change?
She stayed
out of-
herself.
Out of
actually.
fear that she may listen to this podcast, I'm not obligated to say anything.
Suck my... I can't
I'm
even
gonna be
say it.
real. She was a G and just stayed herself.
Oh, okay. I think it's because they know Miss Winton at that point, you know?
Yeah.
She's been around there for so long.
They're like, I don't know. I actually kind of learned stuff in Miss Winton's class. Because going into it, I was shit.
As
I ain't
opposed to, like,
learned
did you have Miss
shit.
Nelson?
What?
Who'd you have for 11th?
Stein.
Ah, shit.
I peaked in Melson. That was it. Like
Stein. Wasn't 11th grade his fucking rowboat thing? He got in a cardboard box and rode himself around.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know what's wrong with that motherfucker, but
good stuff.
he ends up picking...
It's out of the box, you know. Like it's
and
better
he was
than.
literally out of the box at that point.
What was the point of that again? Was it to show like?
I don't know. I don't
question
remember.
what Stein's like
Dude,
motives
that
is?
class,
Yeah.
it was me and my friend just fucking joking. Like, we'd be sitting in the middle of the class, we're like, dude, we're in the astral plane right now. I'm fucking ascending.
I feel like I
Because,
would've
like,
ascended.
we chose our own grades in that class.
Yeah, you wrote a letter like saying, "Yeah, I want an A because of this. I deserve it." And he's like, "Yeah, okay, A."
I got a B or an A every time.
He's
in there.
really a laughing stock of the
Like,
school.
sometimes I'd undersell myself. I'd be like, yeah, I deserve a B because, you know, I could have fixed this here
God, this
and here.
whole podcast should just turn into... You should do a whole, like,
Y'all got a
episode.
favorite high school memory?
Just all of senior year, actually.
Senior year is pretty fun.
That was fucking
Quite
worst.
enjoyed...
I'm sorry you hated it.
I
I have
hated
a picture
senior
of
I
you
hated
actually from-
everything
I have
leading up to it,
project
but then
graduation.
I just, yeah.
of you, Jackson.
You what?
Yeah, I remember I took a picture of you with Project Grad. I think you were, like, combing Dalton's hair or some shit.
Really?
Dalton was combing your hair. It was one or the other.
I don't know what
Dude,
happened.
it was like 3 in the morning. We're all fucking tired as shit. We're, like, oh,
We're all just sitting there, like, delusional as hell,
gonna
like,
take pictures
where the
of you.
fuck is the food? Why did they pack it up? I literally need to eat to stay awake right now.
I had a friend that had told me he dared me to play lullaby songs on the drive back. I'm like, okay.
Oh
Some
god,
lullaby songs.
that's how you fucking die. That's not.
Oh, like, okay, I'll play some Baby's First Beethoven.
Did you drive there?
I drove back. Yeah, I drove back home.
Oh, shit.
It was like a 15-minute drive, but I made it.
I was like, Mom, Dad, I need you to drop me off, pick me up, I'll fucking die.
I crashed. Not in my car. Like
When
I
you got
crashed
home?
when I got
Oh,
home.
dude, I got
Like,
home, I woke up at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, like,
yeah.
oh, I just missed a person's graduation party.
It was a good sleep. Good sleep.
It was peaceful. Oh, they played that dog shit Dog's Way Home or whatever.
That was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
That was hilarious
because
to
we
watch.
memed on it the whole time.
I know.
Every time the dog would enter, I'm like, the dog enters with an AK-47 and just starts fucking shooting everybody.
I can't remember, but
yeah, we were sitting there together,
making jokes
and
about
we were just like, and then
dogs
Al
right
Qaeda comes in, and like,
I wasn't in there. I was playing Monopoly.
Yeah, fuck you. I wish I was one of those guys that sat on the fucking PlayStation the whole night and just played Call of Duty.
Listen, I've
Holy
helped
shit.
Mom out with that program for probably 9 years. Like, since my sister graduated, I've went to every single one of them.
Oh wow.
And in 2012 or 13, I can't remember,
oh no,
they brought a PlayStation 2, and
Oh,
it had
shit.
Guitar Hero.
oh shit.
I watched this motherfucker 100% FC every single song on Expert on Guitar Hero the entire night.
Oh.
People would just bring him food and drinks, and he would just be cranking out perfect tracks. He did the entire game, and at the end of the night, he just put down the guitar and went to the ceremony like nothing even happened.
What a badass! This
You know who
dude
he
is
was?
the biggest
I know
badass
he had,
I've
like,
ever
shoulder
heard
length
of.
hair is kind of curly.
Oh, you.
I mean, he would have like a friend every now and then. Like if he couldn't crack one, he would have his friend try it, but then he would do it like
Dude,
immediately
Guitar Hero-
afterwards.
Guitar Hero is such like a flex, and I wish I was good enough at that game. I could barely even play easy mode with the 3 buttons. It was rough for me. But then I see these motherfuckers come out with expert mode.
I just like Guitar Hero because it's fun to play with a group. I'm shit at it.
Oh yeah,
Like, I didn't know how to... Last time I played it, I didn't know how to play it at first.
dude, definitely in a group.
I was like,
it is
how
so
do
much
do I
more
just...
fun.
I kept on just hitting the thing. And I was like...
Y'all
And
play
it was like,
Jackbox?
you're losing points that way. And I'm like,
Jackbox.
I'm losing points this way. At first, I tried to play drums because, like,
We should play
I just have this
Jackbox on
obsession. I have this obsession with the drums, and I'm like, I want to play drums. I want to play drums. And I was like,
Drums. I'll play drums.
I want to play drums.
How family friendly is this podcast? We should play Jackbox. On
What's
this-
Jackbox?
Oh, you've never heard of
wait
Jackbox?
till you
It's like a
play-
more lit Kahoot with way more games. You can
Wait
play...
until you play the shirt creating game.
We could do a game night episode on it.
Shirt
See,
making your
Jackbox-
shirts is great.
Jackbox, you have to have like a video connection. Like you could probably stream it somehow. But essentially, it's like Kahoot where, you know, you log
saying
in with your
Kahoot?
phone.
I guess it would. It's only Kahoot, just in the sense that you use your phone.
Like you use
That's
your phone
about
to
it.
log in and stuff, but it's almost always like party games. Like there's this one where you just write out slogans that you'd want on a t-shirt. Now inevitably that gets way out of hand. Like you'll be like, Mom said it's my turn on the Xbox, but you just make up slogans. Like each person does like 15 of them. And then everybody draws a picture like of what you would want on a t-shirt. And then the game randomly sends your t-shirt design to someone else. And then it just takes like 5 slogans and you have to make the best pair of a slogan and a picture. But you have no idea what the picture is going to be or what the slogan's going to be.
Oh.
So like
yeah.
at my apartment, you know, ours was a bit more clean than what you would play in other groups. But we had a t-shirt with a picture of Cthulhu that I drew. And it said, Mom wanted me to tell you dinner's ready.
Now, see, I would totally probably off the air. We'll probably tell you some of the shirt creations that we've made because we can't even say some of these things on.
You will be arrested for war crimes.
These are
I
terrible.
think some of them probably were war crimes. if
Yeah,
you think about it.
there are some war crimes
Straight
on
up,
t-shirts.
I don't think there's a single shirt that didn't have some kind of like.
There was one that was like, I poop. It was like a picture that didn't even make sense with it. Like, the better you can shitpost in that game, the better it is.
We had a really shitty smiley face, and the caption was "shitfug." And that one fucking won the whole game. Shitfug won.
I forgot to mention that. Everybody has to vote on which t-shirt was their favorite, and then it advances through like a bracket.
Oh, yeah.
So you do this like 2 or 3 times, and eventually you get like a big winner. But the best part about it is if you wanted to, you could order the shirt IRL.
They'll make your shirt for you. And I mean, I wish I could do that, but I would be flamed if I wore some of the shirts that won. There are some things on there that I would never wear in public.
Fair enough.
It is
Because-
quite interesting.
I mean, Grayson, I don't think you were at this one, but we played it in Chattanooga when we were there for Skills.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which year?
it was either last year or the year before. I think it was last year.
God, we were miserable last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we ranted to you about it.
Yeah. I don't know what happened.
Oh, I know what happened in Skills. Yeah.
Let's just say we did get our kicks out of it because we put "Jump" by Van Halen over the credits.
Makes everything
I
okay.
said Dalton, where there's no way we're winning this shit.
Might as well jump.
Yeah, it's basically just like end.
Do y'all still have it?
I don't know.
Oh, if you did, upload it to Studio 24, get like 3 billion views.
It was god awful. Like,
why don't you
we
share
wrote
this on
out a
Twitter?
script, and we were like, we have to incorporate skills into this script somehow. God, it was so terrible. And then we look up a winner from like the last year, nothing to do with skills. It's
Yeah.
just a short film.
I feel like the winners are never that great compared to what you know.
What?
No,
The most dog
It's-
shit ideas.
No, like the winner of the year before was nothing like what the competition
No,
was.
it was a good film,
Oh,
but nothing to do with skills.
Now, see, like, the winner nationally was, like, interesting. Like, it had nothing to do with CTE. It had nothing to do... I'm going on a bit of a rant here.
Okay.
They just kind of pulled out the competition to y'all when y'all got there. Like, because I was under the impression it'd be like the national one. I said, oh, yeah, they'll do fine.
Yeah.
But then they just pull a fastball on... Or a fast one on you, and it's just not even remotely related to what it was. So, I mean...
yes.
I think they combined two competitions, but had different goals at the end of them.
Either
was
way, they
very
didn't get to
odd.
do it this year.
At least you got your little shirt party thing. You're saying in Chattanooga.
Oh,
You
yeah.
never finished that
It
one.
it got very, very bad very quickly.
Vulgar.
It got to the point where I was like, man,
Let's
I
just say the ATF almost raided that hotel.
if anybody was like monitoring Wi-Fi, they'd be like, oh my god, who's in this room?
They'd be like, we need to call the law.
The
Yeah.
law.
The law.
The law.
What are some other things?
Dude, I heard
on-
about some wild shit that happened last year.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Did you know? Let's
Yeah.
not say it on air.
Let's
but
say it on air.
I don't know about that.
What?
Drugs!
Are they going to come after me?
I've heard a lot of shit, too, from a last skills thing.
You want to talk about it off air?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
What? Let's just expose these fuckers.
Not on air.
Drugs.
Yeah, I heard about lots of drugs.
I like how you can, get in trouble with something like that 3 or 4 times, but then, it's like, oh, yeah, you're good. Go ahead and, I don't know, run for state office, and then get it, do it for a year, get in trouble again while you're state officer, and then, yeah, I regret nothing. He's not...
We should really do a game night on here. I don't know how you're
Oh, no,
Does this place have a recording, like an actual video? I know it's
there's a
mainly...
computer right here. Oh, like we don't have
because
I
like
don't know
for party.
I
like
know
that,
for
you need-
game night, the first concept is doing like the Star Wars D&D type
Oh, that's
thing.
right.
Yeah.
That you don't need a video for that one. You can
And
just use
for
your
me, game
imagination.
night, like I'm coming up with like maybe things we can add. Like we do the weekly podcast, but then we have like a game night once a month, and maybe like a movie commentary once a month or something.
do a movie commentary.
Netflix watch together. Can I recommend something?
No.
Sure.
The first movie has got to be The Room.
Oh fuck yeah.
Have you seen The Room?
I've seen the
Everybody's talked about The Room though. You see, gotta do something original.
Do
because
RoboCop.
People.
I haven't said anything like
No, I know you
15
haven't. No, I know you haven't. I'm
The
just
new
like, which
RoboCop
one,
or the
though?
old one?
the old one. How many people have seen the old one?
Oh, fuck,
I haven't
dude.
seen the old one.
Nada.
I've seen the new one.
But that's actually kind of a good movie though, Brandon.
Exactly.
And the reason I don't want to do that, we kind of have to find a dog shit movie to an extent.
Oh, just watch MSG3K.
What is what is that?
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. But we gotta find dog shit. movies.
Birdemic?
RoboCop's good enough.
I can
where-
find you some dog shit movies to watch.
Have y'all
No.
seen Birdemic?
Oh God, I don't want to
That
rehash.
just sounds ridiculous.
If I was to be invited to this, I don't want to rehash a movie that's already been done.
Birdemic
We
is
should
like...
The Last Jedi.
That actually would be kind of fun. That would fit
God.
with the podcast theme. You
I
just
watched
trash
that.
on it.
I watched that movie for my pitches. It grinded me
Oh, you
down
can watch it
so
again.
much.
Birdemic has no copyright laws around it. It's on YouTube, the entire
Oh,
thing.
I know a movie. It's
The
like,
Amazing Bulk.
have you ever heard? Have you ever heard of the? There's this movie that they filmed. Hold on, guys. Talk about a shitty movie while I look this up.
Ooh, can we watch the first Hulk film? Where he's really green and purple Hulk. Yeah, just
Get-
And it's not
he
Mark
gets
Ruffalo
bigger.
Is it called Hulk?
Yeah, it's
Oh
just
my
called Hulk.
God.
It was
Yeah, let's watch that one. That dude.
Daredevil.
Okay,
Beard.
I'm gonna be honest. Kind of a controversial thing, but when I was a kid, I kind of liked Daredevil. Now, if I go back and rewatch it, it's
Time for
gonna
me
be
to
somewhat
leave.
ass.
Okay, 2013.
It's time for you to leave.
There is a 2013 film. Come on, pull up, you piece of shit. Called Escape from Tomorrow. They filmed it guerrilla style at Disney World.
Gorilla?
Like, they went into Disney World, no fucking permits or anything, and filmed a movie.
Escape
It is
from Tomorrow.
1 hour and 44 minutes. It is a horror fantasy.
In Disney World, yes.
Here's
Biggest
the
horrors
description.
burning their fucking ass
56% on Rotten Tomatoes, 5.1 out of 10 on IMDb. 28% like this movie among Google users.
It's not a bad rating.
Okay,
Cats.
so
Watch
the
Cats.
the budget was $650,000. It is in black and white.
That's probably just the camera.
box office was $171,962.
So they made about a fifth of it back.
Oof.
Here's the description. Weird sights and event threaten a man's sanity during a family trip to a big theme park.
Oh, to a big theme park because they can't say Disney in their time.
Yeah,
because
because they just went in there
The
and
mouse
fucking
will come
shot
in.
stuff.
I'm pretty sure I've heard that there was this guy who filmed 6 episodes of a sitcom inside of an IKEA without getting caught.
That is the most gorilla thing I've ever heard.
That's based.
Okay, that is kind of.
Based on what?
What the hell are you talking about, Jesse?
Yeah, you
Why
know.
the fuck is it an IKEA? Like, I like how you kept adding on information. He filmed 6 sitcoms in an IKEA before he got caught.
Yeah, he literally lunch break at the IKEA.
I've never been in an IKEA. Is there
I've
one?
never either. I just want to go. I want to
Closest
film.
one
even
is
actually
Atlanta.
exists.
I want to go. I want to film a sitcom, and I want to eat lunch.
Let me tell you, IKEA is actually fun. If you haven't gone in one for real, there's one in Atlanta.
Infinite IKEA?
Oh, that's the SCP.
Sorry, sir. The store is closed.
What are we gonna say to that?
Let's talk SCP.
Dude, SCPs would be a great
SCPs.
thing. I love
That'd be a good
SCPs.
Halloween episode.
Yeah,
What's that?
SCPs?
SCP.
What is that?
Did you know there's an SCP that's the 1986 Transformers movie?
What is this?
Okay, it's a forum. You know Slender Man, right?
It's like open source horror.
Okay, so
Oh.
SCP is this whole like universe, I guess you would say, and special containment procedures is what it stands for. And basically, you can any person can write a story.
Uh-huh.
It's an article. It's a special containment procedure. about
Okay.
it. And it could be whatever you want. It could be, let's say you had an SCP that was a microphone, except instead of talking to the microphone, maybe let's say the microphone. Anybody who spoke into it died, maybe.
Oh, I've got a good
You
SCP.
can do whatever you want with it.
Twilight Zone shit.
It's basically the Twilight Zone, but
There's this one SCP that Daniel was telling me about that he read that was pretty cool. And basically, it's like a random spot outside of a mine in Siberia. And when you step over it, you instantly gain one piece of knowledge, but it's completely random what the knowledge is. It's like they tested it a few times, and there's like one guy who learned how to perfectly bake like a cake. There's another guy who like learned how to play guitar. There's another one who understood like a punchline of a joke, but didn't know what the joke was. And then there's another one who goes through and is like, ha 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 ha, and he pulls out a pistol and just shoots everybody, including himself. It's like that kind of
it's
stuff.
very surreal. Actually, there's an SCP for IKEA. Fun fact: it is called the Never-Ending IKEA.
The Infinite IKEA?
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting read. But then there's more like darker SCPs. Like there's a music piece that if you listen to it for more than 4 minutes,
SCP-173.
Yeah, that one's.
That one's
been
really
talked about.
popular.
Yeah.
If
There's
you
one where you
look
listen
at
to
it, it
music
doesn't
and
move.
Education.
each minute that passes in that piece, you start growing like fungus and like plant life. And by like minute 4, you've turned into a complete forest. You're dead. And then it starts after minute 5. It starts housing new life forms. Like it's pretty interesting what you can come up with in that.
Mhm.
You should definitely
Interesting.
give it. It would
There's
be
like a website where
Yeah.
you
It's
could
called
probably just
SCP
click
Wiki.
random article about
Okay.
Now, then you get some dog shit SCPs too, because since anybody can make one, you get some low effort shit.
this is a microphone that kills you.
Oh yes, where'd you get that one from? I wonder.
I feel like I just heard that.
Yeah, I don't know. That
There's
one
over
came from.
5,000 of them.
All right, you guys want to wrap it up?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
All right. Gracious.
Wrap it
hosts,
up then.
Oh,
Great.
we're the hosts. Yeah, we have to wrap.
Well, thank you for listening to the Late Night Chew. Always remember that our sole sponsor was Admiral Akbar Cereal.
Oh, yes.
Our two guests are going to be summarily executed here in a few minutes. Say goodbye, guys.
Bye.
Any
Finish him.
any last words from either one of you?
My favorite episode of Two Dudes was when Admiral Akbar cereal kept fucking popping up.
My
Yes.
favorite episode of Two Dudes was...
He's just lost.
Your time is ticking.
Yeah.
These are your last
I
minutes.
liked
Have
last
you ever...
episode.
Hey, guys, do you know what a filibuster is?
God.
You know, I'm just saying, man. You see, the government, they're doing
10.
some shady shit, bro.
9, 8.
15.
Start
All
reading
right.
the Constitution.
So here we go.
6.
First Amendment. Wait, is that the Bill of Rights? That's the Constitution.
3.
Read the Magna Carta.
2.
But yeah, thank you for
One.
tuning
right.
in to our podcast.
That's been this episode of Two Dudes in a Podcast. No matter what time you're listening, good morning, good evening, good night, and goodbye for now.
And remember, the light at the end of the tunnel could be you
I'd buy that for $1.
or a train.
I might.
What?